You ever meet somebody that the way their brain works just makes you want to ask them questions? Well, that's who we got with us today, Mr. Polly TV, and we're about to go down the rabbit hole and then.
What should we do?
Unc will help us.
Welcome back to the Unk Podcast. I'm Unk, this is Cam, and we got Polly TV with us. Buckle up, people. That's all I gotta say. What up, Polly?
What's up, guys?
Welcome to the podcast, sir.
What's the
Thank you,
word? What's the
sir.
word? Polly TV.
Yo, yo, yo.
Check them out. Check them out. You know. So, Polly, I would like you to just tell people for the record, when you see these technologies and all these UFO crafts or even the unidentified objects, you see, all right, you see all these objects that they had over New Jersey, the ones that they say they can't identify. And
well, I got about
go on. Explain that for us.
I got about 1,000 videos of 1 minute each that I've recorded between 2023 and 2025. So what I've captured in those videos are reminiscent of anti-gravity technology and something that I've been studying for the last 26 years. You know, and it came from my dad. My dad was a converted Hindu. I'm Puerto Rican, but he converted to Hinduism. And when I was 5 years old, my first time going to the temple in Puerto Rico, in Gurabo, I saw a UFO, and it zigzagged in the air, and I was like, "What the fuck? What the hell is that?" And the next
Which
thing
temple
you know,
went to?
it
The Hindu
disappeared.
temple?
Yeah, there's a Hindu temple in Puerto Rico, ISKCON temple, the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, and it's a very beautiful temple. It's on a mountain. It's I was raised in the religion, so for 20 years I was a Hindu. Basically, I practiced what my father was practicing, but it was kind of skewed because even though my father practiced the religion, he was still a gangster, So he would shoot motherfuckers in the week, and then in the weekend he would go to the temple and sing Hare Krishna,
Isn't
So
that funny though? It's all different religions, but the the gangsters always have some kind of faith to them, and the
Yes,
faith is
sir.
always
yes.
something that's totally against what they're doing.
Everything, and it was like, and it was my father's thing, and it was like, oh, he talked to me with this accent, like, man, you know what the problem is? That you fucking are stupid. That was my father's thing to me. And I'm like, Dad, but what do you mean I'm stupid? It's like, you don't fucking listen and you don't learn. You don't see what's going on in the world, You gotta understand that these people that from the UFO, they come here because everybody is stupid. So it'd be like some common sense logic to his like really primitive opinion, and it'd be like, damn,
Common sense logic to his primitive opinion. Yo.
yeah, like what the fuck did he just say? Like, and it's like, my dad taught me everything that I needed to know for the next, for the future of my life, and I had no idea that he was teaching me life lessons that were going to be implemented in the future. So 2 weeks before he passed away in 2004 in a car accident, 40 years to the day that my grandfather died, to the day in a car accident in the same type of vehicle. Isn't that ironic?
Do you feel that that's like a aura or like maybe a
omen?
Yeah, omen.
Absolutely. So I don't like Ford cars. You'll never catch me living in Puerto Rico. I love BMWs, you know what I'm saying? And I love fucking New York. So I'm not fucking playing with you niggas. You hear? That's a whole fact.
It's all right. New York love fucking its citizens too.
Hey, yo,
it's the truth.
you say you don't like Ford cars?
Never.
You don't like
I
Fords?
would never get into a Ford car ever in my life.
Hey, yo.
A Lincoln,
No, but
a
now that I think
Mercury,
about it,
anything made by Ford, not
in my
happening,
head,
homie.
all the years that I've known you, I've never seen you in a Ford.
Right. And you never will.
I can see him getting locked up by a cop in the Crown Vic. Tell him, nah, go get the charger. I'll wait.
Nah, fuck that. I'm walking to the precinct.
And
I'm
you've
not
had
getting
plenty
this shit. You
cars.
bugging.
You've had a few cars around me. You've had like 3 BMWs, a Porsche,
a Lexus,
a Mazda.
Well,
Mazda?
hold on a second.
Yeah, I've never
Hold
seen
on
you
a
in a
second.
Wait,
Ford.
no, the
Let's be
Mazda.
logical. Let's be logical here. People that drive Porsches and Lexuses typically don't drive Fords anyway. So I mean,
that's a fact.
True.
But check it out.
True.
I didn't know. A lot of people don't know that Mazda is made by Ford. So when I got the Mazda,
Wow.
when I got the Mazda and I found out I Yahoo'd it, this is how long ago it was, right? In 2005.
Yahoo that. I Yahoo that bitch.
Yeah,
I
he fucked me up
Yahoo'd
with
it.
that one too. I'm like, wait, Yahoo, like
Yeah, I Yahoo'd it, and it came
that's
out with the
funny.
whole thing that it was made by Ford. So I was so fucking mad
What?
that I went back to the dealership and I tried to sell the car back to the dealership. Like, I don't want this car. I want another car. You know, and I went to the. I'm not even kidding. Them niggas were like, "Yo,
Yo,
you're gonna be upside down
believe me,
another
let me tell you, my
$500."
grandfather did the same shit. He used to go every 2 years and buy a Buick Century, 6-cylinder. And then one year they convinced him to get the 4-cylinder because it was gonna be better on gas. He brought that shit back a week later. I don't want this piece of shit.
4-cylinder. What the fuck you gonna do with a 4-cylinder?
Especially an American 4-cylinder. The Buick Century that he drove, the 6-cylinder version, felt like a 4-cylinder Honda. So imagine what the 4-cylinder version was like.
Now, if you got a 4-cylinder twin turbo, now I'm like, oh, okay, BMW, that makes sense.
Right.
Twin turbo, but
Yeah,
4-cylinder,
they
anything.
use those
That's when
engines
you go
in
to
the
the grocery
F1
store,
cars.
go back and forth. Yeah,
Yeah,
So
4-cylinders
you know
for
how we
motorcycles.
always have more than one car. We can't. We're real men. We can't have one car. This doesn't make sense. We have to have a car, bike. You know what I'm saying? Like 2-car, truck. Imagine it's a one vehicle.
Helicopter
Probably,
coming
man.
on.
Oh yeah, definitely. What? I'm definitely going for my pilot's license soon. That's the next step. Pilot's
Oh,
license
nah,
after
I'm
the
with
boat,
you,
after
son.
my boat captain's license. I'm
I'm
getting my
with
boat
you.
captain license too.
Now,
I've
I
already
want one of
started
them
that.
ultralight helicopters you don't need no license for.
Nah,
I'm
I know
scared
the
of those.
mosquitoes,
I'm
the
not
little
gonna lie.
mosquito shit. Yeah,
I'm scared of those.
Yup.
they got those in
I'm
Puerto
scared of those.
Rico.
Them shits is light. Those things are small.
You know,
Those things are small.
You talking
I'm
to
from the
someone that
town.
daily rides a R1. I don't give a fuck. I'm with that shit. I want it.
Listen, I'm from the town from Bad Bunny's from in Puerto Rico, Vega Baja, and every weekend you had this club of these gyroscope guys that had them on their truck, and they would truck them out to an abandoned military base. I think it was called Tortuguero, and them motherfuckers would go and fly them shits and take off and go around the coast with the little helicopters called a gyrocopter. You know, so that's
Which is
a
fine.
that's an interesting.
Now, you know what's crazy, right? Me and Doug has been looking into this stuff about helicopters and trying to find ones that are affordable. Look at
Oh,
Robinson.
cheap.
Robinson is a good company to have cheap helicopter. Well, not cheap, but affordable in my mind. 54 helicopters is not bad. $500,000 for a helicopter,
Yeah,
it makes sense to me.
but no, but hold
You know what I'm
on.
saying?
But
Under $1 million for a helicopter, that's
but
good.
hold on. But
Yeah.
hold on. You can see
That's pretty good.
when I was working in Brooklyn with Boris, he had a contract for an airport in Uzbekistan. And I started looking for refurbished Lear jets. And them shits was going for
Nope.
200, 300,000, bro. Refurbished, brand new avionics, serviced engine, everything.
Well, I mean, it's just like old boats too. It's the same thing. As long as the boat floats and it's a boat, all you gotta do is just refurbish it. You know what I'm saying? And same thing like big trucks too. But it's just see, people don't. Oh, he went out. People don't realize it because
Yeah.
Wait,
probably.
hold on.
Oh, you're screaming out. Sorry, we're gonna
Yeah,
cut it, edit it.
I got 1,000 phone calls from everybody calling me now because everybody want to know what I'm doing. You know,
That's how it go. When
but
you ain't got nothing to do, nobody calls you. As soon as you start doing
That's
stuff,
why I use a tablet for this shit now. That's why I said the tablet make more sense. You know what I'm saying? So at least I have my phone and it's not interrupting anything that's going on. And I can look up things too. You know what I'm
you
saying? I
could
can
do
do
it
a
from
little
the
background.
tablet
But
too.
with Polly here, if we gonna start getting down into this rabbit hole, Polly's about to start, and we're gonna be like, oh shit, what, huh? Watch. I'm trying to tell
Yeah,
you, because when we
well,
start really talking about the advanced technology and
oh
talking
yeah,
about fucking these UAVs and the underwater aircraft, you know what I'm saying? And I mean underwater aircraft because that's what it is. There's the aircraft that can go to any environment. So they
right.
literally have a gravitational force field around them, and they're able to now go through air, land, and water. You know what I'm saying? However it is. Like if it was sand, they can go into the sand.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm so
yeah,
into the
it looks
conversation, I'm
better
not even
now. It looks
watching y'all.
more.
Word, I'm not even gonna lie to you. So
I need a background too. Fuck.
so yeah, so now, like I said, the anti-gravitational now, I'm saying like that.
Well,
See,
well, listen. Russell Anderson was one of the assistants for John Searle, a gentleman that came up with it in the 1950s in the UK.
right.
And he had the BBC go there, NASA went there, and then the military showed up with a battalion and an order from Her Majesty's Queen saying that to stop your experiments, or we're going to arrest you and put you away forever. They confiscated all his equipment, and he still
Same thing they do
kept
with Tesla.
going, and they locked him up
What was
for
it,
like
David
10
Trump?
years in Britain because of his invention. There's something called, classified science, which the government classifies if it deems it too dangerous or harmful, like they can classify
Correct.
math.
They can classify your work. It's not even
Everything.
about you. They can classify your work. They can
Right.
come now. You go and file a patent, and your patent is something that might change history or might
That's
change
what
your
they did to
industry.
him.
They can
They
come
came and they
and stop
told
it.
him
Like,
that you were
yo,
going to
national
disrupt the
security.
economy with
And it
this
makes total
invention.
sense, but at the same time, they're not going to apply it correctly.
So you can Google it, John Searle and the John Searle effect, and you can see what I'm talking about. There's a whole documentary on it. Well, anyway, so Russell, he has the knowledge to build things, and like a couple of years ago, we got in contact with this guy named Alexi. We're gonna call him Alexi for the effect, and he came up with the Gravelon.
Yeah, this one was my first name. No,
Yeah, well, Alexi came up with the Gravelon, and the Gravelon was a really basic
they
anti-gravity,
might still be looking for him.
So he was a
The
Russian.
concept was easy too.
So
It was a
listen, the
simple
kid is a
concept.
Russian kid, and he was living in Portugal, and we got in touch with him, and we wanted him to send us a kit, So Russell starts working for this people that they have a laboratory. They pay him like $200,000 a year to come up with anti-gravity technology. Basically, what he's been doing. So we order a kit, but every time he ordered like 5 of them. And all these kits come in, and he keeps assembling them, but they keep arcing out. So it keeps getting shorted out, right? No doubt. Then a couple of years ago, like maybe 2 years after that, or maybe a year after, I'd befriend some dude that was coming to a smoke shop that I was working at, and we become really good friends. And I find out the guy is in he does spook work. He's one of these shadow people. You know what I mean? But he's going through a fucking like a mental breakdown, and I'm helping him, pull him out of this emotional bullshit that he's going through, giving him advice, talking to him, smoking weed with him, and the guy's practically fucking like living homeless, but the motherfucker can make $300,000 a year. So I get him back, and I said, listen, he told me that his people had called him in to do some work in Ukraine. So he packs up, and I say, yo, go to Ukraine, get that money, come back, and we build something. You know what I'm saying? When he came back, he had a really serious conversation with me, because not only did he have to get read into the program when he went there, doing all the surveillance, because he was in the computer tech and the security of it, and he has to go over the cameras and see it. But they also spoke to him about me. And I'm like, and he's telling me, he said, yeah, if you get anything in the air, they're going to shoot that shit down and prepare the barbecue sauce. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
because
what?
they're gonna take your technology, see what you was doing, and then they're gonna come investigate your ass.
If
See
I
how
was
far
in,
you got, take all your
And
shit.
probably duplicate it.
right,
Of course they're gonna duplicate. That's the
again,
first thing they do.
he knows that I know that it's possible, and he's very interested. He even went and talked to Russell, and I introduced him to a lot of people. He wanted to become a king, and I said, yo, come to the meeting, bro. And I took him to a university with me and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And he kind of disappeared on us. I don't know, he caught feelings, because one of the biggest things in my life is, hygiene is very important. And if you're, a good looking Hispanic, Latino, and you're a genius, you shouldn't stink, nigga. I'm gonna take you to the bathroom myself, and you're gonna have to take a shower, motherfucker. You feel me? Like, this is how we give it up,
Well, I mean,
and
I'm not even gonna lie to you. A lot of those type of guys that are like, they're
yeah,
like
man,
that.
because they take a lot of fucking drugs. Like, the nigga
They're
was a
thinking so much they don't think about how they look and their parents. They don't care about that type of stuff.
The motherfucker was addicted to them speed pills. I don't know. I don't fucking do drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like the Adderall type shit. And he needed them shits. He was addicted to them shits. Meanwhile, the guy got a job doing cybersecurity for for a granola company. I think it's called Kind. And he's making like fucking $400,000 a year, bro. And he's a master hacker, bro. That nigga can get into a fucking one of them hand phones and the shit that he'll get into that shit. Meanwhile, I'm handicapped to that shit. But in my heyday, when I was and this is why they've been keeping tabs on me for a minute, because I got a little too close to the truth. Remember, Ken, when I told you about that guy Mark Tatumi? Well, it's
Yeah.
Mark Tommen.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a hold of Mark Tommen. He's one of these engineers that he came up with the concept for Star Enterprises, and you can't even find the company anymore. They scrubbed his whole company, his whole history off the internet. I was able to download one of his manuals. I had it all on my computer, but guess what? My car was broken into, and they took my laptop on some real shit. Now that I think about it, and I had all my files in there that I kind of connected all the dots. So I invite myself. I'm gonna go to upstate New York to was it Pine Hill or Pinewood? Like Pine Hill, to go interview him. And he already had proof of concept. He had working miniature models of UFOs flying and levitating on a remote control. And I was gonna go film that in '06. In '06, well, no, it was 2007.
Oh, that might have been. No, you
Remember
sure
now?
that
You
6 was the
remember now,
year?
right? Right. So
So
I was
that's why
gonna
you
go
was
up
all
there and
mad
interview
because
him.
I see what was going on. Yeah. Okay. I get what you're saying. Okay,
So
now
I
I
talked
understand.
to him on the
Okay,
phone.
now
Everything was
everything makes
great.
sense. Interesting.
Everything was perfect. We were talking on the phone, and he was like, I can't wait to meet you. He saw my videos on Poly TV. That's POLY TV on YouTube. You'll see a black and yellow sign. Those are my videos. That's the beginnings. There's a lot of videos missing because there's mysterious hard
Plug
drives that
yourself.
were
Plug yourself.
stolen.
Plug yourself. Explain all of
Yo,
that
these
stuff. Hold
niggas
on.
have
Go
been
back.
fucking. Yo, I just
Plug all of
realized
that.
that these niggas have been fucking
Plug.
with me
No.
like heavy,
I'm
bro.
saying plug. No. Listen. Go back
Fuck.
to the history of when you started Poly TV and your experience of what you were doing, because you was doing
Well,
something. Remember, you changed it to do music, and then you stopped doing the music, and you was doing more conspiratorial stuff, and then you started messing with your channel.
right, but this is what happened. So you see, this is the angle. Let me finish off the story that
Get
I
it
was
all
saying.
together. Put it all together for him, because
Right.
remember, he
So
doesn't know
two
this.
weeks
I know it,
later,
but you know what I'm saying.
so 2 weeks later, I call him back,
I just haven't seen you in a few months.
and he doesn't pick up the fucking phone. His vice president picks up the phone, and I'm like, "Hey, is Mark available? This is Peter from Poly TV. I just want to know if this weekend would be good so I can go up there with my crew and interview him and videotape all his beautiful toys." And he was like, "Oh my God, you didn't hear?" And I'm like, "I didn't hear. No, what? Mark died." And I'm like, "What? I just spoke to him 2 weeks ago. How can he die?" And then he says, "Listen, who are you?" And I told him, this is that I was trying to do. I was changing up from hip hop to the conspiratorial UFO, channel, and this is what I'm doing. And they were like, "Listen, uh, they broke into the warehouse and they took everything, all the paperwork. They took the working models, and Mark
Now,
died of a sinus infection." And I'm like,
What?
"What the fuck are you, a motherfucker? I've had a
now.
10,000 sinus infections. You heard? I just fucked up some of this fucking nose with some '80s coke. You heard? So come on. Then guy dies of a sinus infection. Get the fuck out of here." So now the guy tells
Emoji.
me, listen, listen, it's getting serious.
We gotta start putting those emojis up behind people when they say things like that.
Yeah, no, it's getting serious, and I think they're gonna try to come and kill me too. I mean, he's telling me this over the phone, and I'm like, "Oh my God, what the fuck am I into?" Like, what the fuck did I do? So I'm like, "All right, I'll let you know.
So
I'll give you a call back soon." I mean, it's been 20 years I haven't called. You know what I mean? But then I go and check like a week later, like maybe 2 days later, my computer was completely fucked. And then my phone, I went and I did some shit I found on YouTube about
Well, like somebody
who's
hacked into it?
listen, my IP address showed that the DOD was tracking my phone.
Oh, and
Wait,
how do you
and
find that out?
there's a certain video that came out back in when YouTube started that it showed you how to backtrack and you dial and you find out who's tracking your phone and you look up the IP. I think I did it on the computer of my phone's IP, and then it went back to all the things that tracking. Like it goes back to all the towers. You understand what I'm saying? And then it went
Mhm.
back all the way to what, to DOD. And I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck, DOD? What?" And after that, I literally took out the phone and I ripped out the the NC shit, something out of the phone that I ripped out, and my phone was never the same after that. I just really thought about. So anyway, they killed the dude. I got a little too close. You know what I mean? All these
Yeah.
investigations that these guys are doing right now, like Jesse Michaels and Tom DeLonge and everybody who came along right now. I was doing this years ago. The problem was I got too close. I got so close that in 2009, some shit showed up in my arm. You understand what I'm saying? And what showed up in my arm, it was weird, you know. It was a weird experience to wake up with, and you don't know how it got there. And I don't
Well,
believe I
like
was
something
thinking.
was implanted in it.
Yeah, it's still there, buddy. I got it there. I've taken X-rays. We've done it all, you know. And whenever you want, we can go and photo scan them, and we could. What I want to do is I want to remove it on a live and be put in a way that it doesn't get contaminated. So at that
You
moment, it
just
can get
opened up my mind to
analyzed
I have so many questions now because
Yeah.
I
in the
remember
lab.
when this happened, but I didn't have time. I wasn't around to talk to you about these type of things, but I remember when this happened. So what he's saying about how he stripped from the music to the conspiratorial thing is that we've always been into the conspiratorial thing, listening to Coast and things of that nature, right? And
Yup,
actually investigating people like Jim Mars, you know what I'm saying? Alex
my
Jones.
nigga.
We used to listen to these guys back then, but more of Jim Mars and Coast to Coast. I used to literally listen to Coast. That's how
I
I
put
found out about a lot
everybody
of stuff.
on.
Now, we were on tour with G Unit, working with Interscope and working on tour with G Unit. You know what I'm saying around 05, 06, 07.
That's a fact.
And that's when he started switching from that because he was filming a lot of the places that we went. There's a clip of him out there where we're at well, not SOBs. What is that? The record store in Manhattan. No, it was
Um,
SOBs, right?
FYE.
What's that music store? FYE, yeah. So we're over there, you know what I'm saying, when the in store with Mob
FYI.
Deep. So he was recording all that stuff, but you know, it's like different places we went, he was recording. So that's 06 though, 05, 06, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole year basically, because he was out everywhere. New Hampshire,
Yeah.
fucking Albany, Baltimore, DC, fucking Virginia,
Philly.
Richmond, like you know what I'm saying? He was everywhere, Philly, you know what I'm
You
saying? Like
went
we
with
was
us
all over the
too,
place.
right?
So
When we took off to go to the tour with my
well,
Deep, right? When I was driving the Rovers and shit, and you was, I don't know if you was there too.
so, you know
With
what I'm saying? Like I
Prodigy
said,
and
so
40
no,
Glock.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. So I was out there on tour with them every single tour. You know what I'm saying? Especially the Mob Deep album and Banks album. Every single place that they went, the artist went, I was there
Mhm.
because I was
Yeah.
getting paid to be there. You know what I'm saying? Because I worked for G Unit. You know what I'm saying? I worked under PR who works at Shea 45 right now, who has his own channel. You know what I'm saying? PR, the weekend, yeah, PR. Nah, PR is good, man. PR is good, man. PR put me on.
Yo,
You know what
listen
I'm
to
saying?
me.
I have no complaints
A
about
lot of
PR.
people
You know what I'm
don't know
saying?
the
I have
fucking.
nothing bad to talk about PR.
Listen to me. You
That's
know,
the old head. You know what
no,
I'm saying
listen. I'm
he
not.
paved the way.
I don't fucking.
He put
Listen,
everybody from our area on,
right.
you know? And
So,
then and look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was able to do a lot. A lot of
all
leeway.
right.
A lot
So
of,
check
I
it.
mean, I was young doing a lot of
So
things. So, you know
now,
what I mean?
hold on. I got you.
I was 19
So,
on tour. A
so
lot of
T,
leeway.
so I'm working in the store in Brooklyn selling furniture, and Takashi 69 walks through the door. So
Wait,
the
when is
nigga
this?
walking through the door, and
Wait, what
he's
year is
walking.
this?
Huh?
You got to give them a reference. So we went from 06 now,
Nah,
right?
this. Yeah, this
Because
is right
'09,
now.
I
This is
remember that my cousin was telling me things were going on with you, but I was away. I wasn't around for that time around
nah,
'09.
man, because I called
So
PR because 69 was gonna give me the interview, and I said, let me go interview him at XM Radio, and it'll be a
what
fucking
year is
dope
this?
interview. This isn't
Yeah, we was
when.
up at XMO all the time.
This is before he snitched. Before 69
Oh.
started snitching on Shotty and them, and I built a
So
relationship with these people. You heard?
you saying that PR with his platform didn't want you to have an
Yo,
interview or
this
didn't want you to what?
motherfucker, and I
What happened
called
exactly?
Solo, and I told him, I'm like, why this fuck?
You
He's like,
sure?
nah, I don't want that. I don't want him on my.
I don't know about
I
this.
told, I'm gonna tell you like I told. I'm gonna tell you like I told Solo. I don't want that nigga on my channel. And
Mm.
I'm like, oh wow, you a fucking asshole. So
I
I said,
mean,
fuck it.
do
I'm
you
gonna go
blame him for
interview
not
him in
wanting
his
him on?
crib.
But it's a catch-22 because he's right, because look what type of person that guy is, and then at the
No,
same
but
time, now
this
if he did
before
have
he
him on notice,
snitched
they
Yeah,
though,
was
you
but
using
heard?
the guy.
but
So it's a
but when you're
catch-22.
media, those are the type of people you want to interview,
Yeah,
regardless
man,
of
I
the
don't
PR,
type of
PR
person.
has a
understand that
high
shit.
PR has high moral standards. PR is
Nah,
not gonna
fuck
do
that. And
something
then
that's
50
not
was
morally
all,
correct,
and him
no
and
matter
50
Yeah,
how
was
it
but
all
is.
over. The fuck
come
out of
at his top
here.
in the interview then. Call him a
Niggas is
snitch in the
really on some
interview.
hating
You know what
shit,
I'm
you
saying?
heard?
Yeah.
Away, get him on there.
PR is an older classic kind of
Nah,
guy,
that
man. He's
nigga's on
not gonna
some
do them
fuck.
type of
Yo,
activities. You know what I'm
what,
saying? He's
nigga,
not
you
gonna.
don't
You know. I
understand
mean,
the stories
I don't know,
behind the
man.
shit that happened with Maserati Fox and all that, right?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Yeah, no,
I wasn't there.
exactly.
You have to tell me what happened.
So check it.
Talk about it.
So
Tell enlighten me, because I
I'm
don't
in
know.
my nigga Ralphie house, right, in Brooklyn, in Best Eye.
What year
I'm
is
on the
this? What year?
couch
You gotta give
smoking a
people. You
blunt.
gotta give people the timeline.
Hold on. And I'm looking at the
I wasn't around
TV
for
and I see Andre Harrell with this white
07 to
kid, and they're talking about this
210. I
whole
wasn't around.
new shit called Vox. You know, it's a program that changes anybody's voice into any language.
Yo,
So I'm
what
looking
year?
at this shit like, wait a minute, this shit sound retarded. So I get on the phone and I get in touch with them niggas. Like I tell you, within an hour and a half, I got in touch with these dudes.
What? Yeah, but what year though? What year is this?
This was in fuck 2000 and 2009, 2008,
That's some crazy technology
2007,
for
2008.
2009.
Yeah. So what happened was
So
this
something
nigga
like that
PR
auto
calls
tune.
me. Wait, hold on. And this nigga PR calls me. He said, "Yo, come to the sign." The other niggas went in. I put PR to the nigga, and they ended up forming a label, nigga. And I'm like, "Yo, where's
Wait, what?
my cut?" And they actually went to sign like 7 motherfuckers, Snoop Dogg, and I drove to the signing. Who the
What?
fuck did I drive? I drove Kamadi.
You sure about this?
You sure
Hold on.
about that?
Wait,
Fuck,
when
I'm
did
telling you the story, nigga. I was there. I was driving. I was so fucking mad. So listen, this nigga want to go
All
and
right,
give
go
me
on. Let me
like
hear. Let me hear.
$150 for me driving over there, and I'm looking at him like I want to stab you in your fucking neck, bro, and rip your fucking whole tonsils out. You have no idea the type of animal that I am, do you, little nigga? You know, like I told him, like, you know, and I parked outside and I was pissed off. Roddy Fox happened to drive by and he's like, "Yo, what's up, P?" And I'm like, "What's up?" Like, "Yo, what's up, nigga? Why you mad?" It's like, niggas is playing with my money. How the fuck I put all this shit together and I'm not in the boardroom? You know what I'm saying? And this nigga really snaking me out for because this nigga Storm signed Mobb Deep. He signed all these people. Then it turned out that he signed them himself, the paperwork, because the pressure was on. You heard? So and he got caught up for that shit too. You heard? So it's
And
like
so what year is this now?
I think it was '08. It was after. I don't know if it was before my case or after my case. That's how that's how I do time with
You
my
had a case?
cases.
You had a case?
Yeah, man. It was. They allegedly said I put a desert eagle in somebody's face, a mouth or the face. I don't know. And I allegedly threatened them. And then, you know, allegedly a lot of things. But the motherfucker took 2 weeks to fucking call the cops for allegedly doing shit. You heard?
Hey yo, so yo, how you got the furniture store? How you
Yeah,
met her?
that's when everything happened. Right there is when I learned about the laws of attraction, the secret. That night, the night before that I got locked up, I learned about the secret. And I read like 30 pages of the book, and I'm like, yo, and I'm in jail right now. I'm fucked up. They raided my crib. They looking for some shit. They can't find nothing. And I get thrown into the cell and fucking go through the whole system in Long Island. In Suffolk County. I go see
Oh,
the
yeah,
judge.
Hank.
Yeah, I was in Yapak. I was in Riverhead. Yeah,
That shit is out there,
I've
man.
been I'm satellite Nassau. I've been around, dog. And it's crazy because it's after I'm an old nigga, you heard?
The
Because
satellite is clean though. The main is dirty. That main is just nasty.
yeah, man.
Big rats. Nassau County Jail, that main is dirty as shit. Dirty.
So it was funny because I was looking up at the asbestos, you know,
And that shit cold too. It's just bare
the
bars. There's no doors. It's bars. That
yeah,
shit cold.
it was a dorm. And I'm looking up at that asbestos sky and I'm like, yo, listen, if the secret is
Wait,
true,
a dorm where? Oh, you seen Yangpank in Riverhead?
yeah.
Oh, I don't
I
know. I
want
never
to
been out
come
there. I never been to
home.
that. I never
I
went
want a
there.
new bitch. I want a new
I'm good off
car.
that.
I want a new everything. And yo, just like I said, the affirmation, that's exactly how it happened, dog.
So how you met her? How'd you meet that lady?
So I was working in Long Island in Carl Place, and one of my coworkers had a customer, and the customer's friend was the lady. We're gonna call her the lady.
As I said, the lady. It's the lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the lady, she really got taken by my words and what I was saying. So
The
at that
single
moment,
mother.
yeah, she just was really astounded by my way that I made her laugh, the way that
How old was she?
she was like 66, 67 years old at the time.
How old were you at the time?
I was 33.
Waxing that ass.
Wait, hold on, man. We gotta get to that. What? Listen, nah. So I'm at the crib and I'm chilling and I get a call from work. Shout out to Bree, my old secretary. She got her own beauty parlor. Like she got the whole shit where the women go get the spa. You seen that shit? You heard? Bree
Mhm.
got a whole salon for fat bitches to get right. You heard?
Big
And being
back
a
spa,
Hold on, hold on, hold
big
on,
back,
hold on,
big
hold on,
back
hold on, hold on.
massage.
all
Her
that, and
spa
she
is
puts
for
all the
fat
models
people.
there, but the bitches that be going there, they're gonna be plump and juicy. You heard? Like a
That's
pedazo.
Uh-huh.
crazy.
So she calls me. She's like, "Yo, listen, this is what it is. We got a crazy lady here," and it's like, "Well, take care of it." Bree. She's like, "No, she needs to see you. She's going crazy. You better come over here." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I get dressed, put on the Superman suit, get to work, pull up, and I'm like, "Yeah, what happened?
Put on the
How can I help
man
you?"
suit.
Yeah, and then she's like, "So listen, I want you to come and work for me." And I'm like, "Come work for me." I'm like, "So, all right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt." She's like, "Oh, this is my office in Long Beach. You can do this, you could do that." And I'm like, "Nah, I don't want to do none of this shit. I want to open up my own furniture store, you heard? And this is my business plan." Boom! I threw it on the table. I came ready too, you heard? She gave me crack, I gave her crack back, you heard? And then she was
Mhm.
like, she looked at it, she's like, "There's a lot of improvement that we could do, but it looks like we have something good and positive here that we can get done. Why don't you swing by my place on a Sunday? I'll make you some burgers." And I was like, I'm in there like swimwear. So I went
What?
there, yeah, and it was a nice house in Freeport, and it was like, all right, this is
Wait, wait, wait,
nice.
wait, wait, wait. You put up your You put your business plan on the table like the second time you met her?
Right. Remember I used to carry my little
I'm
green bag?
saying they be asking you on the first date
Fuck
what
you.
your
That's
plan.
I'm tired
crazy.
of being fucking poor, nigga. Fuck that.
How long did it take for her to invest into you or invest into the business? How much did she give you?
Initially 150, and then
And
she
how long after you met her did she give you the 150? And was that
3 months.
before or after you touched her already?
It I don't maybe,
Makes a
maybe not,
difference.
I'm not sure, but I
You hit it
remember
before that.
that I had one of the
Yeah.
Cohen brothers that he was gonna fund my business with the business plan, but she fucked up the deal because she started getting involved. She started asking for different type of paperwork when we're on the phone negotiating how much he's gonna invest in me. And his final offer
I
was
mean, you had a good idea. The plan was right. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yo, Doug, this guy had a real. He
Yeah.
had the plug. Put it like this: he had the plug, and he knew how to sell shit. He just didn't have the funding to do what he wanted to do.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
caught
now
on to
imagine
her.
now I got the direct plug, but I can go directly to Colombia. But he's going to. I don't know if you want to tell people where you're going or what's what yet, because you know what I mean. I still haven't seen anybody really doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Bob's, but Bob's Furniture, maybe that's about it. So he was opening up a furniture store. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Hmm.
now tell him how big this furniture store that just broad got you and where it was located at on prime real estate, prime time. Like, I mean, like, what do you mean? Like, this guy had prime real estate? I mean, when you go over there, that area, it's nothing but furniture stores, but it's all the big furniture stores, Macy's, but it's not Macy's, regular Macy's. It's Macy's furniture store. It's
Yeah,
Bob's
yeah, yeah.
furniture store. You know what I'm saying? This is the furniture store area. And then he got one that was like right there. I think it was like I think he had 40,000 square feet. He had like two loading docks. He had two big offices. I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when he first bought the building, I went over there. You know what I'm saying? She bought the building. Listen, all I know is he had his connection.
All right, good. Damn, bro, aliens must have came and snatched him up for talking too much.
No, it's the
And
Men in Black. That's what I was trying to tell you, man. I told you when we get this. I'm like, listen, let me tell you about this guy before I call him. And you're like, let me just go, let's call him, call him. My God, I'm gonna call him and let him get him on. I'm gonna let him get on, let him on his rant. And then we're gonna figure out what exactly he's going to talk about because what he was talking about wasn't what we talked about before. I mean, so I don't know. He decided to go off on a new topic, and
uh,
then I guess they must have been watching him you know, because of the anti-gravity stuff, and then the fact that he had the voice box, and then the you know, and he got cut out of whatever record deal that he was supposed to get. I didn't know about this stuff. This is new information to me. The one thing I did know is that he was doing an interview. He was messing with the person, like the way he was talking about with the anti-gravity. I know a little bit about that. That was actually true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember that type of stuff. But I don't know the extent of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't there with him driving in the car, like, yeah, we're gonna go meet up with this guy. I don't know about that. I just know him talking about it. I remember him talking about it. So that's why I said, let me get him on so he could explain more detail exactly what was going on with these UFOs that we have coming up here in Jersey and whatnot. Because obviously, as you can see, the government is covering up because one or two things: either the government knows or it's the government's weapon. You know what I'm saying? Or not weapon, equipment. You understand? So now, if you have somebody that knew about that type of stuff, I just haven't seen him in a few months. You get what I'm saying? So now I see him now, I'm like, oh shit, you know what? Let me call this guy.
Yo, but
And
you see all the military reports about that shit though? It's funny how like all these years they made people out to sound like they were crazy when they caught pictures of the UFOs. And this is before Photoshop, before AI and all that. People used to have
yeah.
pictures and video and everybody would call them crazy. And now the military, the pilots and all of that, they coming now saying, nah, we saying shit that we're not supposed to be seeing and it's crazy.
For a long time as well. It's not like it's just like something that just happened. There are multiple incidents happen along a long, vast period of time. So you're saying 15, 20, 30 years, and you're not saying one, two, no, you're saying like 3,000, 4,000 different incidences. Like, what the hell? Like, you're gonna keep telling me it's a coincidence that these type of incidents keep happening? And then forget about that. Let's go back to the whole fact of fucking during World War II. During World War II, they were called Foo Fighters. So what exactly is going on? Now, at the end of the day, it's either one of two things or maybe three things. It's our governments, it's different countries, or it's a exterior or interior force that the government either knows or does not know or doesn't control. You get what I'm saying? So it has to be in the realm of one of those situations, because there's no way that I'm gonna have people coming over, or not people, but any sort of object, period, coming into my airspace, and I have a whole detailed fucking assessment of what the fuck it is, where it was made, what type of you know what I'm saying, like what type of capabilities does it have? You know what I'm saying? Like, where did it come from? Where is it going? You know what I'm saying? I want to know. You know, we want to know so much different things about it, because there's so much different questions that start to pop up in your head now. And
Me
if that, and
personally,
that's just us as civilians. So imagine the information that they know and what
uh-huh.
questions pop up in their head.
Yeah, I believe they're demons. And if you think about it, it makes sense too, because a lot of our politicians are Satanists. But I believe that the aliens that we see are demons. And I got a lot of reasons to believe that. But
Mm-hmm.
one in particular is that when people get abducted, the abduction ends when they call on the name of Jesus. Every single
Sure
time
about this.
somebody gets abducted and they report, well,
Mm-hmm.
this is based on their reports. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I wasn't
I mean,
there,
I
but
don't
all
know.
of them say that when they call on the
I'd
name
have
of
to start
Jesus, the
looking it up
abduction
now,
ends.
and I'd have no. What I'm saying is that I don't know. I'd have to start looking it up and do my research now to see and find out what you're talking about, because I haven't heard that part. That's
Yeah.
something new that you're now putting me on to, that I have to now go and do my diligence on. You know, like, I already know that the stuff that he's talking about with the anti-gravity stuff, that's old technology. It's just that there's civilians and people that working with different type of technologies in their backyards and in their garages. And if you get too big, they're gonna come and try to do something to you, because in history it's been going down multiple times. In the 80s, in the 70s, there were cars that could run on gas, on water, cooking oil. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different. There was even engines that they built that could run on one tank of gas. Now you know, used to recycle the gas. It
And
was
there's
just
a dude that makes fuel out of plastic now.
right, and you obviously could tell and see what's going on. First off, have you heard anything from about him recently? No. When is he supposed to release something? No one knows what's going on. Now, the problem is that somebody's gonna pull him aside and have a conversation with his ass. And
Mhm.
once they have that conversation with him, he's gonna have a different outlook on what he really wants to do. Because you can't sit here and think that you're going to uh 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 you can't sit and think that you're going to let me see here. 1 second. I'm sorry, I got distracted. they're gonna have different type of scenarios go on, and we'll never know how deep it goes. But we can always speculate. Now we can come on platforms like this and give people at least a little opportunity to understand, hey, look, there's a different ways of this can happen. There's more complex ways, and there's different entities, there's different directions. It's a whole detailed map of what's really going on. It's not black and white. It is gray in between. It is an iffy situation because multiple different forces are fighting each other. And now it's not like as though you're going, okay, one or two different forces. No, you're saying like 5, 6, 7 different forces have the type of power worldwide that can do different things. And now you talk about humanity and extraterrestrial. And let's just leave it at that because we can get deeper into it, but it can go too deep. And when I'm talking about extraterrestrial, I mean talk about extraterrestrial as far as interplanetary and interdimensional. And when you get to interdimensional, that's what you call demons. Because they're not in the same dimension as us. They're demons.
Nah, I followed you. Yeah, extraterrestrial means
Yeah.
anything more than
Right.
what's normal here. Anything
Right.
beyond that.
Right. So you could have interplanetary, which means that they come from another planet. There's other things that's other planets. What do you think? They have moons on Jupiter, and there's other moons on different planets that's out there that have water. So obviously you're gonna have bacteria and things of that nature that's gonna grow. You're gonna have some sort of fish-based plant. Now, them things can grow into a human-based or humanoid type of creature. You get what I'm saying? Now, even if that's not what happens, and they're just even a piece of bacteria, they're still an alien. But they're not interdimensional because they are still on our playing field of sight, in our playing field. Now, in these different areas, there could be interdimensional beings. There's beings that's walking around us right now, but they're interdimensional. They're not in our dimension because it's already been processed that inside of all these holy books, as well as what science has backed up. Basically, we live in a multiverse, and there's different dimensions, there's different planets, there's different life forms that can survive in different type of elements. So if we can have this guy's dying over here, people, get him some water, get him some water. Hands
Nah.
up, hands up, hands up, breathe, hands up, breathe, hands up, breathe.
You know, I put
Anyway,
my gallon of water out because I thought about you talking shit, and I don't know what the hell I did with it. I probably put it right back in the refrigerator. Let me see. Oh,
you
hell
lucky
yeah.
I put out, you
That's
lucky I put
exactly
out the
what I
mountain
did.
spring on you. Lucky
That's
I put out
exactly
the mountain spring glass water on the glass bottle
that's
on you.
exactly what I
You made me
did.
drop my phone.
I took these out of
You
the
made me drop my
refrigerator
phone
so
for
you
like the
wouldn't
5th
talk no
time
shit.
again. You made me drop my phone for like the 5th time again.
I was trying to spare
You
all of
lucky
you
you lucky I didn't pull
from
out the mountain
talking
spring
shit.
on you, the glass. Mm-hmm.
I need some
Yeah,
Poland Spring, man. I
you
ain't had a
gotta
Poland
clean your
Spring in a
ears.
minute.
Poland Spring is disgusting. It's bullshit. You want Mountain Spring? Yeah, Mountain Spring is what it's at. Mountain Spring.
Mountain Spring.
You want Perrier? Yeah, what you mean? Yeah,
Perrier.
yeah. You got to put the twist on it. You know what I'm saying? It's not regular. You gotta mispronunciate like how people say Tarjay. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Shit.
shit.
Nah, for real though, man. That's how that goes.
Right, for now on, that's why I'm never gonna call that shit is Perrier.
Now the Mountain Spring though is the best right now, but Mountain Spring is mad expensive. Well, I like that though. You know what
Mountain
I'm saying?
Spring, I thought that was
It's
that
hard
cheap
to.
shit they sell in the dollar store.
No, it comes out of the glass. It's a green bottle with white and red writings.
All right, is there something else? It's a clear bottle with like
Death
blue
Water
and
is
red
good too. The
writing.
Death Water is actually pretty good too from Virginia.
Yeah.
Those other things come from France. Hmm. That's
My
why they're so expensive. They come from France and
the
Italy.
only water that I really noticed
Mountain
like really
Spring.
was that great is that Fiji shit.
Nah, that's Saratoga. Saratoga? Oh shit. Whoa,
I
that
never
is
had
different
that.
water. And that's from Pennsylvania, I think. But
Yeah.
it's sold out of New York, like it's bottled in New York. But it's out of Pennsylvania though, the spring it come from. The mountains where they get the water from is from Pennsylvania. That shit, you drink it and you just feel like, I don't know, like you're just
Oh,
invigorated. You're not thirsty. Let me tell you something. Invigorated. I don't understand. You don't understand what that means? So anyway, so one little
nah.
bottle, right? Because they have the bottles are
You drink,
smaller
you just feel
than the
invigorated.
regular
The
size,
whole
like you know
statement's
what I'm saying?
crazy.
Huh?
Nah, the whole statement was crazy. You drink it, you just feel invigorated.
Oh, this nigga here.
That shit
This
was
guy here is out of control.
Oh shit. All right, peoples. We're gonna leave it up to you. Throw it down there in the
Come on, we
comments.
almost had this guy click on. This guy, Nick Buddhas is coming on.
Oh, he's coming back?
I don't know. He's hitting on me right now. He just hit me on the phone. Yo, shit is funny, bro. This is fucking. That nigga, yeah, I was just about to say that shit. I was like, yo, it's gotta be this nigga gotta have some sort of mental health issue. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? I just want you to talk about UFOs and gang shit because you's a gang member. You think you're a gang member. You're gonna talk about a bunch of bullshit, and we could talk blah 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 and laugh about you. But this nigga went off into a whole story, and even Doug was lost. Like, wait, what? Huh? Like, wait, wait, that's 2009. You had what type of technology?
Motherfucker had the better rape as 09.
The voiceover technology that he came up with.
Yeah.
So why are you still in PRP right now?
I don't know.
And it came up with this technology.
Oh god. Yo. Son. Yo, son. I'm like I said, me and Doug is sitting here, and I'm like, yo, what is this nigga talking about? Like, what year is this now? Like, so hold on. So you
Yeah,
had
he
a
kept asking. He
technology?
kept asking him, what year, what year, what year? And he kept just rolling over you and shit.
Did you know that y'all was talking? Y'all was supposed to be like on a podcast or something?
We had him recorded.
Yeah, he even had his name on there and everything. Oh, you know, he knew what he was there for. He knew to make
Yeah,
sure.
I told him I wanted to talk about UFOs. He was like, yeah, cool, UFOs.
Yo, it's the same thing he does when I put him on Clubhouse. They'll be talking about aliens and shit like that. I'll put him on there.
You see, even he put him on for alien because he knows about his alien shit. That's what I'm trying to tell. I understand what happened.
And he started for the first 5 minutes of the alien shit and then went into some other shit. And then the whole room was like, yo, homie, what are you talking about?
Yo, son. Oh shit.
That's out, bro. And it's his world. You think it's just clearly to him, like.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about. Then he went up to PR, and I don't understand what PR had to do with it. Anti-gravity.
UFO shit. I think of the UFO.
Yeah, the anti-gravity, the anti-gravity.
Yeah.
I can't tell you.
You're not gonna share with no one because they're gonna steal it from him. So I'm like, okay. And he's like, the last guy he worked with, the government ended up killing them. And I'm like, oh, so you just when you telling me this from a okay, all right, okay.
Yo, son. Oh my God, we got a treat for y'all, bro.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you think it's a joke, bro? Mental illness is serious out here.
That's crazy.
Different, bro. He'll tell you to go fuck yourself. Like,
yo, but
I'm still trying to figure out why he brought up PR.
Yeah, what do you mean? You trying to figure out, nigga, the direction of the conversation was fine. You could talk about all the guys in the anti-gravity and the government. That was okay. That's what we wanted you to talk about. Huh?
You didn't mention?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
What happened? What happened?
Oh, shit. That was the trigger. So, wait. Yeah.
He always blames me for that. Instead that I just don't. I was like, nigga, I'm at work. If you're here trying to force me to fucking get you an interview with Banks, like, what are you talking about? And then he fucking did you and pulled out. Like, what are you like? But in his block, it was a whole different one. He said Vince wanted to do it, but I kept hating on him.
Hey, yo.
I was like, when did you and Banks speak if Banks told me he wanted to do it? When did you get this confirmation? I'm trying to get it delusional, bro.
Yo, this shit is fucking comedy.
I was putting along the grubby shit, not a thinking, yeah, it's Robert. He's here like, yo, I think it's off our window, waiting for me. They wake up in the morning. And I'm like, really, Patty? No, niggas won't grab on the thing.
That nigga selling grabber like it's crack.
Motherfucker be calling that part of the tree. Yo, man, let me owe you until Thursday for a grabber.
That's what I was trying to do, but then he started getting the PR. I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do? I have to cut him off. I'm like, yo, what does PR have to do with this shit? Like, I don't understand. The UFOs, your man had a fucking anti-gravity. That's cool.
Your man had an anti-gravity.
Like,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
called a diet.
we went upstate. Let me say it's called this. We had the diagrams. You know what I'm saying? And then he went silent. So I went to go look for him, and I'm like, what the fuck? When the hell did this happen? Nigga, like, I don't remember all of this. I remember you talking about some conspiracy shit around the time while we was in G Unit.
So PR is showing what to do this.
That's how, yo, bro. I was gonna ask the same shit too, but I wasn't around when he said this was happening in 08. So I'm like, oh, okay, I wasn't around for that.
Let me find out that's John Teeter.
What? The only thing that's funny,
Yo, that's Juan Teeter.
Yo, you gotta, yo, once Doug edited, you gotta see this shit. Because this shit,
Yeah.
I'm telling you exactly what we say, yo, and he goes right into it, like he flowed right into it. Not like he had to think about it or nothing. Like it was a memory.
Yeah, you heard? That's Juan Teeter.
on Twitter or on Instagram.
Oh, God.
Say some shit about that PR stole some other shit from him too.
Yo, this nigga's a good nigga to interview.
His ideas. I didn't believe in it. PR stole something.
Mm.
Wow.
You know what, kid? Even if PR did steal something or something happened you don't know about, you know what that shows? That's that shit where niggas be trying to go behind his back trying to get shit done without saying. You understand me?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yo, Stephanie's the same way too, because she just sat here. Look at that. This bitch just went off for me. What the fuck is wrong with her? Yo, what's wrong with these people? How you talk good to somebody when then all of a sudden now, oh, I'm awake now. Fuck you. No. What the fuck?
Like I said, how it's not like wait, this not what Sean that nobody knew about.
Mm-hmm.
He's like PR storm. Like, I want you to know PR storm worked up with the last, you know, like what he told about it to a video, like what he talks about.
Nigga, a device that can change people's voices. A device that can change people's voices. That can change people's voices. Yeah, like auto-tune. I don't know. He said his man had the patent.
It was called the box.
It was called the box, and his man had the patent. and PR stole it, and him and PR, him and Storm got it. He's like, how do you think? He said he tried to bring up to Shade 45 up to the radio station, to satellite. Like, y'all try to bring it to the satellite radio by my PR. He said he tried to bring 6ix9ine my PR too, and give him the interview before he told. And PR was like, I don't want him up here. Y'all almost forgot about that.
Word. And you taking it so seriously too.
Yeah,
Oh, that shit's
yeah,
wild.
he gave it to PR so PR could meet with the people, and PR cut him out of the deal. So he was at the meeting. I don't know. He was at the meeting, and he was downstairs with Maserati Fox.
So how you did this deal? Did say nothing to
Yo. No, that had to be after. That's why I'm trying to figure out how he could have even been around after that. Because once he did that shit, that was over. That was Mobb Deep album. Remember that was Bank's album? That was the Rotten album, the Rotten Apple. So that was what? So that's like end of 06. You know what I'm saying? So how the fuck 09 you was? What the fuck voice box shit you talking about? Like, I don't know. He's like he was doing an interview with 6ix9ine. He had it lined up, and he brung the idea to PR. Probably said he was gonna do an interview with 6ix9ine. He had it lined up, and he went to PR up there by the satellite radio, and PR was like, nah, I don't want him on my channel. I want him on my station.
Right. Mm-hmm. So he made a deal with 6ix9ine to do an interview at Sirius Radio.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So and 6ix9ine agreed to it, but he just never asked PR before setting up that deal.
Right. And then he went to go to PR like, yo. Do it. Right. That's how he tried to sell it to me. I don't know. I wasn't there. He's saying this when I wasn't around. So I'm like, oh, word, okay. I'm listening to him like, but I don't understand. So
That's what I
how'd
heard.
you?
That's what it sounded like to me.
6ix9ine at the time where, he was that nigga, I guess, the snitcher. You're not talking to 6ix9ine. You're talking to his publicist or somebody.
That's what I was trying to explain to him. I'm like, yo, so.
And he said it was before he snitched.
So who's your contact at Shady 45? You gonna say who Coach PR? Like, this is what I'm saying. You gotta pay attention to niggas and don't entertain them, bro. This is not helping. This is not helping. Make a block the interview with 6,000. Like, he actually wanted Clary in a PR. This is exactly where we are. Gotta stop this, bro. And when you hear niggas talk to us,
Oh god. Hey yo. Hey yo, it was fucked up because he's not wrong, but it's just fucked up because we didn't know what was going on. We were so lost. Like,
Yeah, word. But he
like,
took us for.
I'm like, wait,
But he hit us
like
with the
you had
surrender.
an invention? Like, wait, what?
Word. But he was possessed by the ghost of Nikola Tesla.
Hey, yo, I'm like, when did you have an invention? Like, hold on, what year was this? Like, I don't remember this shit. Like, I even said that shit. I'm like, yo, I don't remember this shit. Like, when did this
Yeah,
happen?
that's all Cam kept saying was what year. Every time he kept saying, what year was this? What year was this? Hold on, what year was this?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you know this thing.
Right now, he really did it now because he has people actually asking questions. What year was this? Who was around? What? It's becoming more believable, bro. This is why you don't talk to me. I'm like, yo, my nigga.
Hey, yo,
I'm not doing that shit, bro. I'm not condoning you niggas' madness to be long. It's a team.
Shit.
You gotta stop it. Nah, I'm just shocked that he really pulled out on us. Like, yo, he really got us. Like, because I was confused as fuck.
Yeah.
Yo. What they told him? They didn't go for it? What was that? What they told him? Stupid. Nah, they told him that he could have go up in the meeting. He could have go upstairs. And they went upstairs. Yeah. Yeah, he was down there with Mozzie, and Mozzie's like, yo, what's wrong with you, man? Peter, you look fucked up. And he's like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I should be up there in the headquarters. Like, yeah, I know, man, it's fucked up. He drove. He said he drove his car. He said that's what they had him driving the Range Rover.
And what year did he say that shit was?
2009.
And what year Mozzie died?
I don't know. But that's why I asked him a year, because we got everything recorded.
They all went in the Range Rover. They get there. They get out the car to go have a meeting about his product and tell him to stay downstairs. And then after the meeting, they never came back. So they got the $1 million check and bounced off.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I want to know what the conversation was. You wasn't for this meeting, and I didn't go to so what was the conversation? See, what's going on here? Y'all want to get to be down? Which one? Number 2. Why?
Hey, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
What?
That's some PR shit, though. PR would do some shit like that, walk out like, yo, you hungry, yo? You want some shit? Like, yo, McDonald's, hey. And you would think he bring you to like a restaurant or some shit. Nah, nigga try to get some fast food for you. Nigga like, that is a PR move.
I really want to know what meeting they went up there for.
He said it's called the, what is it called? The box?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
That's what I
called the
think I
box.
remember. That's what I think I remember. We
Yeah,
got
right? That's called the box. Yeah, he called it the box.
Listen, bro. I heard it now.
Yo, I had to keep cutting him off, like, because now he kept pissing me off. I'm like, what the fuck is this thing? It's a whole other story. Like, this is different.
I'm glad I wasn't in that. No, I was there.
Pause.
Hey, yo, he did.
Behind that.
He did. He said he told you that this nigga PR got him, and you was like, what are you talking about? Remember that? He was like, what are you talking about? Like, why the fuck? Why would you even do that? Why would you do that behind my back? And then he said some shit like, oh yeah, so I just went off to try to go see what's going on with PR. Yeah, yeah. Why would you do that deal without me?
So the next day that I knew about it, and I was like, well, yo, this is good.
Nah, Solomon is top notch. That nigga Solomon is top notch. That nigga Solomon got the white people to give him money to sing. That's crazy. This nigga got a kidnapping charge. That shit
Got
is
kidnapped
funny.
in charge of what happened.
He think he Frank Sinatra right now.
Who?
Solomon.
What
I'm gonna get that nigga on. That's the nigga we need to get on. That nigga
happened
Solomon,
with
like,
it?
yo, tell me your life story. Nah, text it to me.
You know, we got a book out called God, Something in the Universe, right?
Yeah, I got the book. I got his book. Send me his number.
You need to call him and Polly and have them both call, bro. This is gonna be the most entertainment shit ever in the life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Two niggas on the phone, it's a rap.
Oh man.
Yeah, bullshit. I'm the same thing. These two niggas right here, it's on my phone. I'm telling you, bro. And
Oh shit.
Solomon right now, I spoke to the nigga last week. He told me he got the #1 book in the fucking world.
On Amazon, right? #1 on Amazon. 57 weeks in a row.
Yo, it's deadly, son. It's deadly. So that shit real too.
No, it is. When niggas start living in a delusional world, nah, bro, like, you can't tell them nothing. You cannot tell them nothing.
Yo, and it's funny too because I'm like, yo, I don't remember that. But I mean, I remember you talking about some conspiracy stuff, but I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? Like around the G-Unit time, I do remember that. Oh, so that's why you left
Yeah.
after the incident you had. And he's like, yeah, after the incident. And then when he's like, yeah, so that. Mm-hmm. That's what he said. That's what he said. I'm like, yo, boy.
Yo, let me tell you, he's really that guy, bro. Ultimate dimension.
Nah, he's a time traveler.
I'm trying to tell you, in another dimension, another time, that's really what happened. Wait, I don't know about this. Like this nigga,
Yo,
you gotta stop playing with these niggas. You got a good people alive. You ruin their niggas' lives, bro. I keep telling you, stop playing with these niggas. You literally ruin their life because you give them a phone. And they don't know. Like, yes. Like, they was making fun of my nigga.
oh my god.
Like, if you said that's similar to Polly, but I'm like, fuck, you all stole it. Why you didn't tough yourself? Why you didn't have a copyright? And if you did steal it, why you didn't bring it to somebody else? Why you didn't go to 50 yourself?
We lost him before we got a chance to come at him with all that shit.
I just started questioning what he was saying, and then his thing cut off.
Pause.
And then don't bring up the king. And then they'll tell you he's stronger than
Oh no, I was gonna get there next. That was what I wanted to do, but he started fucking doing. Yo, he started ranting about PR.
And then in Florida, you know, he was a big king out there. Nothing could move through Orlando without his permission. Anything from Orlando to San Fran to get crowns for them. This is wrong. I tell you, this kid, I don't know. I refuse to fucking keep playing silly ass games with these niggas. Like, I'm gonna tell you in your face, like, nigga, you're stupid. You're fucking retarded. None of that shit happened. Nobody fucking knows you. I don't know why. You gotta stop that, Ken. Gotta stop that. You can't let this nigga keep doing that, man. He's like, we're crispy right now.
Oh look, he texted me now. His phone died.
Huh?
He said his phone died.
Oh, so we got to get it back on. We got to get it back on.
Nah, yeah, the phone. He said his phone. He texted me. He said his phone died.
Tell him to click the link and get back in.
Conversation is his phone died?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you hung up on him since you saw the end instead.
No, I told you his shit died. We were trying to question and see what the fuck he talking about. Like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, I was just getting there. Like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, what year is this? Like, wait, how long? Who? What? How did this happen like this? Like, are you serious? And then his shit died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
yeah, it's perfect.
suspect now
Tell
that
him
I
to
understand
just click
why
the
now.
link, get back in. I'm already recorded.
Now I understand why, because you already sitting there telling me now. Now it clicks to me like, oh, that was what was going on. So this whole time, this nigga realized now I'm questioning him, and that's why he cut it off. Like, nah, fuck this nigga, he questioning too much.
Yeah.
You might be listening. That's why you sit down because, yo, listen, the kid is crazy, man. Crazy.
Well, yo, man, the NSA's watching you, man. That's how your shit died, man. I'm telling you, man. They reverse engineered your phone and send a signal out.
Oh, shit.
And I'm gonna show you how you get a plate. It's gonna go forever. So, yo, what happened to that anti-gravity machine you was I remember you was planning on making. I remember you saying about the anti-gravity machine. Oh yeah, you remember, right? And it's gonna go into this hotel by this random PA that didn't have the fucking thing, and one of them got killed. Although it's still alive, they're still willing to do it, but they need thinking for that.
Yeah, that's who he was talking about. That was the story he was talking about. And I'm like, oh yeah, this happened around the June time. And then he's like, yeah, right at the June time. And then he started getting on the rant with PR about the other shit. He's like, let me tell you about what PR did. PR jerked me too. I'm like, how PR jerked you? Mm-hmm. Yep, I went into the rant. And
Is he
he
coming
confused the
back
fuck
in?
out of me. I don't know. I think he might be. I don't know, bro. It supposedly changes your voice. changes your voice.
So it's kind of like a disguise voice.
Yeah.
Out even before whatever. So that technology didn't come out for
Yo, that's what he's saying.
Nobody had that technology where you can speak on a phone and you'll have like a computer voice or a disguise your voice. Nobody had that technology. So when they were doing documentaries and they were fucking interviewing people who don't want their identity seen.
Oh, there you go. Hold on, Polly's on right now.
Yo, welcome back. We thought you got abducted.
I wish.
We thought.
Word.
So we have one of our
My
viewers
luck is
call
so
in,
bad right now
right?
that I
And we
have a
have some
couple of
questions for our somebody from our Patreon account. So we have a Patreon account, and we have these guys here that call in on our Patreon account, and he has some questions for you about your anti-gravity. He wants to know so if he had the anti-gravity, right? His question was, so are they still looking for you, or what happened? Like, why didn't anybody invest in the projects?
Well, if you look at what happened with Searle Energy and Searle Propulsion, this other guy, I forgot his name, I believe it's Dr. Morris. He got involved in the project, and they were more they wanted the free energy device more than they wanted the flying saucer, because it's a long story how the actual mechanism works. Because John, he wrote a book called The Law of the Square, and in The Law of the Square, he basically breaks down mathematically like how life can be hacked with a certain code. And he would have these repetitive dreams every year, and every year they would give him little pieces of the engineering that he needed. And by his luck, he worked at an electrical company in Great Britain, and he started experimenting. They started magnetizing different type of materials, like what we would consider nowadays metamaterial. He was doing it back in the 60s, in the 50 something, 59, 60.
And
And
this is your man from PA?
well, this is the guy who used to work with him. And the old man died, actually, yeah. Matter of fact,
so then your man from PA got the information or the technology from the guy who was doing this technology in the 60s.
right, John Searle. So
From the
what
older
happened
gentleman.
so what happened was they formed the company, and the dude, the Dr. Morrison dude, he went into the company money, and he stole like 280,000 and went to the casino with that shit. And so all the other investors, they pulled out, and some of them that are still somewhere in the United States have an actual working Searle machine, which can let out negative ions, and it could basically give you immortality, because that's one of the positive side effects of the machine.
Wait, how many?
One of the side effects?
Yeah. If you look at the documentary, there was this dude that was dying from cancer, one of his friends, and he was a doctor, and he said, listen, let me put the machine under your bed and let it sit there for a couple of, a week or two, and see what it could do. And they had given him a terminal, he was going to die within weeks. And the fucking machine saved his life, and it eradicated
What was his name?
John Searle. The story's about John Searle. In the documentary, you're going to see that doctor, express what after he was cured, he quit his job and went to work for John to actually produce the device. So it's forbidden technology, it's gonna, it could disrupt, this oil economy that we have. So that's one of the big major reasons that that's very controversial,
And then now what about the technology that you had that you said that it was stolen from you? You had you said you had an invention that was stolen from you?
No, what it was
device?
the guy that I was gonna go interview, Mark Tatumi. He was the one that had all his devices stolen from him. I was just gonna go interview him about his breakthrough
So how
technology.
PR get his device?
And he ended up dying.
Get the device?
What happened?
So how did PR get the device?
PR.
Yeah, you said PR had gotten the devices and had signed some people and stole the technology from you.
No, what we're talking about, no, we're talking, you see, we're talking about two different things. With
Oh,
PR,
okay.
yeah, PR is it's an actual program that was designed by this company called Vox, which Ari was the son of the developer, and they formed a record label together, and that record
Mm-hmm.
label signed Mobb Deep, it signed Kamani Marley, and they were supposed to produce an album, right? That can be translated automatically in any voice so they can open up different markets. It was a cutting edge technology. You understand what I'm saying?
And
In
you said that the company
2008,
name was Box?
Vox, VOX.
2008.
Yeah. And then you can look up
Interesting.
the guy that Maserati Fox. So what happened was I put the batteries in Fox, and I was angry because I felt like I was cut out of the deal when I was dealing with PR, and the
What was the deal
following
worth?
day Fox showed up at the office and started breaking on Ari about his money. And Ari started giving him excuses, and Fox pulled out the hammer and started pistol whipping him. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
And but the white boy had cameras inside the crib, inside the office, and they recorded everything that happened. So from that right there, yeah, that's how he got convicted. He got convicted for he went back to jail because of that. And then 2 weeks, and then he came home, and then 2 weeks after that, they killed him. Rest in peace, Fox.
So that's all because of the technology that you had
Right.
found.
It's all connecting little pieces of like when I was in the car with Solo, and I was like, yo, we should come up with a bike crew, you know? And like these Rough Rider dudes, what we're gonna call it, and then we was coming back and forth with the names, and they did Team G Unit. Or when I told Solo, like, damn, bro, you know what? 50 should get the energy drink, because he be working out and all that shit. The energy drink be
Right.
crazy. You know what I mean? A lot of the things, a lot of ideas that we spoke in confidence, it was passed off and passed on in the future. You feel me? But at the end of the
Wow.
day, and
I think
that's
you might be
true
a
though.
time traveler. You never thought about that? Maybe you're a time traveler from a different dimension?
Nah, I'm just ahead of my time. That's all I'm saying. It's what, 25 years ahead of my time, bro. Even with the podcasting
Okay.
and doing the interviews, the problem is, life got involved, you change direction, you change, what you want, what makes you, and I thought hip hop was
Right.
already lost. I think that after the unit died, I think, that was when hip hop died in New York, and like it started becoming something else. You understand what I'm saying? The hip hop wasn't the same anymore. It was like some other shit. Everybody started
Right.
putting their flavor on it. You know what I mean? But not that I don't knock it or whatever. But at the end of the day, we was the last of the Mohicans. You heard? I mean, we were the last to do a real street, what you call a street team. Propaganda. Marketing. I mean, we were the illest ones, dog. We beat out Bad Boy had the illest street team. We were way better than them. We was on deck with cameras. We was on deck with goons and all type of wild crazy shit. Word.
So then now, so here's my question then, Polly, right? So that after your G Unit days, what were you doing?
After the G Unit days, that's when I got the money. That's when I found your cousin. So it was crazy because me and your cousin, we got an apartment together. He was gonna be my roommate. He was gonna help me with half the rent. But some shit fell through for the nigga that I had no idea, and then he was MIA for like 3 months, and I'm stuck with this motherfucking rent. Like, damn, nigga, like shit. And I remember I was right. I was driving around. I was driving to on the Belt Parkway, and I was making I got off on the wrong exit. I'm making a turn by Canarsie, and I see your cousin there fishing. I'm like, what the pulled up. I'm like, yo, my man, I've been looking for you for like 3 months. Well, how are you? Are you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm just fishing. So he was going through it, and at the same time, that's when me and the old lady started getting, developing, and then that's when I got the check. It was on December 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then the check cleared, and then I was in charge of $150,000 liquid. You know what I'm saying? So I got myself right. I went shopping. I got myself a car. I got myself an apartment, and I went to go look at property. I didn't say shit to nobody though. I just showed up in a new 7 Series with a beautiful suit on, and
Well,
everybody looking at me like, oh shit. Like a lot of people started questioning, come on, who did you kill for this, Peter? And I'm like, damn, that's fucked up that y'all really think that I can go those levels.
So question now, right? How big was the square footage, and what block was
Oh,
that you had that store on?
we have 56,000 square foot. So I was looking for a couple of places, and I kept getting blocked because my bosses really, they tried to do me dirty, and I did them dirty again. So, and I ended up, grabbing a spot not too far from the store, and they gave me a deal on it. So they gave me twice the space for half the price. So they gave me 56,000 square feet, and I was paying 15,000 a month, monthly rent. And that was in Long Island and Carl Place. I was the first Spanish person ever to have a lease there in any of the properties in the history of their properties.
Mm.
So it was a big deal.
And
Everybody
what
that's
happened? How long did you have it?
I don't even remember, but it was long and it was sought out because there was a lot of mistakes that I did. I'm not gonna, there's a lot of formal classical training that is still needed to be done within myself, which,
Mm.
I thought that I can conquer the world when you're young and you're ambitious. You think that you could do more than you can. But and it was an interesting experience because everything that I said, I made it real, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
that's when it was time to show and prove. Now the same person that
Eh,
like people that I used to work with in the unit, they used to torture me, and they would really try to belittle me and try to, and it's like you don't do that to me either because I'm a certain type of person you don't do that to. You know what I'm saying? And just to have that tolerance because I
Mm.
still want to make it. You know what I mean? And you
Mhm.
still breathing, that's a big deal. So now it's my turn, right? Because everybody, you always wanted to know why I did what I did. And you know why I did what I did. You know what I'm saying? And it comes to that point where, damn, I used to work with you. I used to fucking slave me out and treat me fucking like a piece of shit. And now I'm your boss. Now I'm gonna give you a job. Now I'm gonna make you work. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna put you on. Now I feel entitled.
Yo, this thing sounds bad. Fucking revengeful. Yo, what's up with
Right? He
you?
sound like the
The
Method Man album, fucking
Yeah, the Wu-Tang
bro,
shit.
and
Yeah, the
feeding you
fuck.
and feeding you and
What's
feeding
wrong with this dude?
you.
I ain't trying to play with nobody.
Oh
You
my
heard?
god, this nigga is crazy, unbelievable.
So
Hey, yo, so question now, right? So
So I had I
when
had
you
my
got when
I
you
had my old boss being my driver. You heard?
Mhm.
And I gave him the keys to the car. Said, "Yo, you know what? You fucked up. Here's some money. I'm gonna put you right, bro. You my motherfucking you one of my guards. You heard?" And I put him, you know. But you know what it was? The niggas saw him in the 7. They were like, "Oh, he back on. Let me get whatever you want. Here you go." So it turned out to be good. My biggest mistake was not investing in my nigga when I could have. And it was like $2,000, some bullshit. But I was afraid that the old lady was gonna see me withdraw money and not have it accounted for, and she was gonna get on my case. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know
Right.
what?
But my question is this, right?
What?
What is the lesson that you learned with all these
Oh,
ups and downs and trials and tribulations that you've had in your life? And at the age that you're at now, how do you reverse all of these things? Because you went from gang banging, right? Well, you didn't even speak about that part yet. So
Right.
if you want to tell the audience about that lifestyle that you lived.
Well, back in the days in the 90s, there wasn't social media. Everybody had to be social in person, you know? And I was raised in Puerto Rico and here, and I went back to Puerto Rico and I went through a nightmare out there. And that's a whole different life that I lived over there. And by the hairs of my chinny chin chin, I made it to New York. And what the fuck I do instead of leaving the life alone, I went and joined the nation, joined the Latin Kings, you know? And that was a very, it changed my life because what I did within the nation and what I was given, I did more to build and to destroy, you know? And
I heard that you was in Florida with it, right?
right, so I went from New York to Florida. I was a regular soldier, but I already had a lot of different ties. And then in Florida, I ended up assembling the first Supreme Team of Florida State in 1998 with the blessings of Chicago, the motherland, King Vic, Lord Gino, Radar, you know. These are like actual, and I assembled it was about 16 to 1800 members in a field in
I mean,
Ocala,
you could talk about it
1998.
because if the head dude's talking about stuff that they're doing, that you could talk about it too. They already tell you that they don't care anymore. So if head dudes is talking about what they were doing when they was
Yeah,
in
yeah,
these
you know,
organizations, it's the
if
same shit.
anything, them head niggas could, you know, and they know who they are. You know,
Pause.
they can, yeah, and they can vouch for a lot of the stories that I got. I mean, again, some of them were involved, you know, and letting me go and do what I had to do here in New York when I assembled New York State again. You know, like
You
I've
said you
done,
assembled New York State again.
yeah. When I came back from Florida,
Elaborate.
I assembled New York State because the state was divided after Tone went to jail. So they were like, you think, yo, Navaja, you think you can get it together? I said, no problem. Give me 2 brothers and give me a week. And I went to each tribe.
Wait,
I
who
went to
told you that?
Queen. Huh?
Who told you that?
That nigga from Panda Chop. What you call that nigga? Kano.
Hmm.
Fucking
And
took
he
3.
asked you to bring back New York.
Well, they asked me if I could put it together. And I said, yeah. I mean,
Interesting. What year was this around?
this was in 99, 2000.
Nice. So
Yeah.
you was really out there amongst
Nigga, I
the
went
top
upstate.
guys, the head guys.
I went upstate and I assembled the whole Supreme
Upstate, like you
Street.
mean jail, or upstate, like upstate, like Albany,
Albany,
Syracuse.
Schenectady, all that.
Okay, Schenectady. Yeah.
So I
Mm-hmm.
went up there and, you know, and I was supposed to give out all the positions. Then
Pause.
I gave the wrong people the power, you know, to be honest with you, because it bit me in the ass many years later, you know. A lot of people made a lot of decisions that weren't merited, you know, and people ended up losing their life over some bullshit, you know. And that's shit that I gotta live with, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, damn, I put this motherfucker there and he did this. Fucking idiot. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And
And now, so with that power, how do you balance your life with having such power over people
it's weird
in those type of organizations?
because I gotta
You said
live a
you said you
double.
assembled 16 to 1800 people, right? In
That was
Orlando,
just in the
16 to
state of
1800
How
Florida,
people.
long
yeah.
did that take?
That took me about 5 to 6 months to get that together. And there was a lot of power struggles and a lot of problems within the factions because you had bros from Chicago, then you had bros from New York, and I was always about the nation, you know what I'm saying? So what I did
Right.
was I you know, I got in touch with Chicago. And when I started, I became the ambassador of Florida. So from that position, I was told to assemble. I was supposed to go get a regional position, but I couldn't make it. And I sent
So
this
you were the
dude named King,
ambassador of Florida.
yeah. And I sent King Joey to get the blessings, but he took the position to his head. And when he came back, the niggas he was beefing with, he went right to their house and tied everybody up. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And the person that he tied up was really close to Lord Gino. You understand what I'm saying? That was a problem. It was a big problem because they want. It was just a problem.
Did they go to jail for this?
No, that nobody. This, they finally really when I got to them, I finally got them released. From their sequestering, and then I had to put my man on freeze because he just wilded the fuck out with the position. So I was the go-to man, and then even though that we were guided by
Did
Chicago
you
and New
use your
York.
position for profit yourself?
No,
Did you
not at
use your
all.
position to
On the
make to?
contrary, on the contrary, we had five. We had five. We had about 10 people that showed up in my house at 8 o'clock in the morning, and these people were the first crowns of each tribe. And when they knocked on my door and I saw them, and I was with my wife Selena, I was like, oh shit. I'm like, honey, get those things. We got company. And I didn't know what it was. And I'm like, yeah, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
I opened the door like, yo, and they all threw their royal crowns, and they were like, and they read to me something about, they read to me a nation decree that they had that the nation
Mm.
had voted me in to be the first supreme crown of Florida State. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm
Okay.
okay. Come inside the house. You know what I mean? And I was honored. And we formed the supreme team. But when you have power like that, a lot of people use it for their own benefit. There was
Mm-hmm.
no need for us
What
to.
what years was these?
This was in between
Just sort of
98
the
and
okay.
2000. In
Mm.
2000, I left. I came back to New York.
Mm.
I
Wow. So
got
you held control. That's a lot of power for you for one person to handle for 2 years.
and you don't need the position to have the power. You just got to be who you are. I don't need to have no position anywhere. I walk into any 360 in the whole universe because I am who I am. You understand? I built brothers. I organized the nation in such a way that to this day, I still get calls to do this and do that. And, I put in my work. I did my time. What Tone was away, we try to do what we could. But ego always gets in the way, man. Everybody wants to have the power and don't know what to do with it when they have it. Even to Tone. How many? One time we had Tone in a basement out, and we had him in the basement. You heard? And
Mm.
and they came and they said, "Yo, talk." And I talked to him. I said, "All right, we get the nation back together. What we doing? What's the
Mm-hmm.
purpose? Well, we gonna go take over the
So
government?
you was basically the binder that binded Florida to New York or New York to Florida.
Yeah, and
Like you like
Chicago.
basically you're saying that everybody and Chicago.
hmm
Okay.
I
So
used to
so
speak on a daily basis through an interpreter, through a third person, through Lord Gino to Lord Gino every day, bro, for like 6 months, man.
what do you
Every
mean an
single
interpreter? You don't know how to speak Spanish?
Nah, meaning there was a buffer in between, and his name was
Mm.
King Vic. He was the one that would translate he would get the calls from Gino, and Gino would tell him what to tell me, and then I would give him a reply on a daily basis. And we weren't talking about no drugs and no guns and none of that illegal shit. We were talking nation philosophy.
Like
And
what? What philosophies? Talk.
well,
Let's hear
Kingism.
what you guys or what you believe in as far as like ideology.
Well, we believe in the five points in the sacred crown and in respect, honesty, unity, knowledge, and love, honor, sacrifice, obedience, and righteousness. So you got 10 points. You got to say love twice, which is what binds us together, between Chicago and New York. Everybody always wants to make a division. Even though recently they did one of my niggas dirty over there, rest in peace, King DL. He just got recently murdered out there
In
last year.
Chicago?
Yeah, man, in Chicago, shit fucking. I was going to take off. I was like, I'm jumping in the car. I'm on my way. I called up ahead to make sure I had everything ready because I was gonna go investigate the whole shit, because I was a nation investigator too for many years in Florida before I
Oh
became.
damn! So you was a so what was your position? You said you was a supreme. What was the
I held
first
all
supreme
positions.
crop?
I held all positions. I held
Oh,
first supreme, fifth
okay.
supreme. I held third supreme. I've held one
Well,
through
all at the
five
same
in all
time.
boroughs. No, actually,
Wow.
you can't hold position. You can't hold more than one position at one time. But there were times where I would like when the time when I told when it came down from Lord Gino that nobody's supposed to be selling drugs. So I went down to Orlando to meet up with Joey, and Joey was like, I went to go meet up with Joey, and this nigga had an apartment for his clothes, a, a three
Mm,
bedroom apartment, and all was a closet. I'm like, what is this, bro? And I'm like, it was my closet. And he got 4 or 5 cars running around with him, so he got caught up.
mm,
I told him you can't.
mm,
Lord Gino's going to trial, and he don't want nobody doing nothing about nothing. And then he stepped
mm,
down from being the Inca, and I took as the chairman. I took over as the Inca because I was the chairman of the
mm.
Crown Council.
So you was making all the money.
Nah, it had nothing to do with money. We was not. I was working my furniture job. I was making no money with that shit. I was anything that people collected for the box was for the box.
You said you have 5 cars and all this other stuff. So you didn't
No,
take
this
over
is
the
this is in the
operation.
future when I got when I had the old lady, and then before that when I was in
Mm,
Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, I had 30 cars.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like I lived a retarded
mm,
life, dog.
mhm.
What
You
kind
said
of
your book
cars
was
you had
coming out,
out
right?
there?
When is your book coming out?
Well, I have my book. It's called Dramatic Appearance: The Truth About UAPs, and
It is
I'm
definitely dramatic.
Dramatic Appearance. That's something that we're waiting on right now.
This
Mm-hmm.
what happens when itch get dramatic. What the hell is that from again?
Mm-hmm. So,
Skinwalker.
K Slade used to use it, but I can't remember what
so
movie it's
your
from.
book is about, what is your book about? Explain in detail what you feel your book is about, and who's your
Oh,
audience
my
that
book
you're
is
looking
gonna
for.
it's gonna break down the secret government, the deep state, which has been named recently. If you guys get a chance, go to
Right.
UAP. Go
Yeah,
to
this is why we
UAP.
got you on.
Yeah, go to UAP GERB. GERB has a 3-hour explanation on all the programs, the acronyms, and all the people that are
Send
involved.
that to me.
That was the most intricate and intellectual interchange that I haven't been. I never paid attention to something so hard in my life, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it just dragged me all the way the fuck in. And the kid is a machine. The motherfucker's a
Wow.
machine. UAP GERB
And
is
he, and
is,
he, and
is
he
a
dragged you in.
bro. He broke down all the programs, who was in charge, at what times they was in charge, and all the shit that they know. Wow.
Mm. Wow, indeed. He
So
broke
I
you in.
have that in my book, and that's good that he's there because that cuts a lot of work that I had to do manually, but I already had started.
Hey
You know what I mean?
yo,
So it's that niggas is trying y'all
Hey, yo,
fucking with
listen,
me,
man, you do
huh?
a lot of manual work. You know what I'm saying? When he breaks you in, he does a lot of manual work.
No homo, no Diddy, no Diddy. What is it?
Yeah,
Pause.
listen,
What's
I don't
up?
know. That's what you do. I don't know. It's you.
I ain't
I
even
just
like
have to
them
tell
niggas neither,
you.
too. You all
I'm just
right?
translating for the people.
oh shit.
Put the dunce cap on.
We added the pauses in. Every time you see me go like this, that means the pause is good.
I'm like, what is he talking about? Like, what is?
Oh
So,
man.
so basically, you controlled a lot of people. What did you teach them, or what do you feel that they got away from you as their leader? What did they got from you? What did they get from you?
A lot of people got a
Do you feel
better
like you changed
direction
people's
in life.
lives?
I changed a lot of people's lives. A lot of people went into different
Hmm.
directions. They started questioning a lot of a lot of things that you need to question in life within the nation itself too. You know, once the 48 laws of power came out, I started seeing how all these laws were applied to myself and the rest of the nation in the 90s when we didn't know any better. You understand? So the nation really turned out to be, in another ways, like a cult. You know?
Oh,
Like a
what's the Hell
cult.
Bob?
Right, you know,
Yeah,
but
Bob.
but we outside putting that twerk in, you heard, whenever we want.
The Hell Bob comic.
And you know what's crazy? That shit spread so hard. Like in Texas, Louisiana, all the states we got a chapter, in Ecuador, like us and Florida and Ecuador, they were
Sponsored by
formed at
Hella
the
Puff.
same time. Is that Buzzhead?
Sponsored by Hella Puff.
This our sponsor for today's episode.
We're another sponsor.
That is not our sponsor. If they want to be a sponsor, send a check.
Yes, absolutely.
Otherwise, I'm gonna blur
Send a
that
check
shit
and
out.
you send a check and you'll see that all over the background and everywhere else. Send a check.
Yo, why you think I'm playing? I'm gonna blur that shit out.
Yep, that's exactly what you do. Blur that shit out.
Niggas
Blur
gonna know
that
what
one
it is
out.
anyway.
We don't want to cease
No,
and
but
desist
that's what's gonna
order
make it
either.
funny.
Right. So yeah, man, it's just been a lot of hard trials and tribulations, you know what I'm saying? And all this, I kept the
So how
job.
did you get caught up in the indictments?
That's
How
another
did you
thing too, that
duck the indictments in jail and stuff like that?
that's another thing too, that is like a blessing to me, that every time, what you gonna charge me with? Conspiracy to do good? Conspiracy to stop people from dying? You understand what I'm saying? What that's not gonna look good in court. You know what I mean? And it happened to be that every time that something was crazy was happening, I was needed somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So I was dipping in, like, from Florida to New York, you know, and it happened a lot, you know, and I'm grateful, and I thank God that I wasn't involved, because I wasn't doing nothing illegal. You know, I was working, I was getting money legally. You know, I wasn't partaking in any criminal activity. You understand?
But what happened with you with the arrest with the
The gun charge?
shoplifting? No, the shoplifting.
The who?
The shoplifting in Queens.
Oh, that
We
was
had a
some
report that you had a shoplifting charge in Queens.
yeah, that shit was fucking funny, because I was going through it with my homie, and I had put the shit on me, and I thought it was the bag. So I walked out and I'm like, oh shit, my bad. I was gonna pay for it, you know? And they were like, no, and then the guy started being a dick. So me and the security guard was like, bro, I'm driving $120,000 car. Like, are you fucking stupid? I got
I'm
fucking
trying to figure out, how did he get caught up with shoplifting? Like, what the
that's what
fuck is he doing?
because me and the security guard got into a fucking argument. Like, yo, and
Doug is shaking his head like
yo, they really
shoplifting.
locked
What?
me up and
Like,
all
yeah,
that, because I was being a fucking asshole. I ain't gonna lie. I was being a fucking, I wanted to punch that nigga in the, yo, it was retarded. Cop showed up
He
and I'm
40
like, are you
something,
fucking
get
serious?
50 years old, getting locked up for shoplifting
Yo,
with
for
a
real,
brand
like,
new car outside. Like, what the fuck
right.
you doing?
Like, what the fuck? Like, who does that, you know? But it happens, you know. I couldn't
The
control my
pollinator.
mouth. I fucking lost it, you know. I'm ready to fucking, and yo, like, the cops, like, they appeared there, like, the niggas were like mirages. Swear to God. And I was like,
I heard that you wanted to get locked up because you wanted to attention. That's what the one of our callers had called in and said.
nah, that shit is the attention of what, nigga? I was under the stress, you know,
One
and
of our callers.
fuck out of here, nigga. Attention.
Nah, I
I
have
don't.
the Patreon account and I have the live hotline, so I get in emails and I'm just responding to the emails and the text messages that we're getting. So one of our other subscribers had asked.
Oh, I got
Yo,
all
dead ass,
these.
man. He's not
Oh,
even
I'm gonna
joking. I
hear it
heard
in
him
the
ask
morning.
while he
That's
was
for
gone.
sure.
Now I'm reading it now. So they want.
Oh man, that's that.
So they
Yo,
want to know. They want to know they want to know about the book, about Solomon's book. There's another
Oh
gentleman.
yeah, Solomon will
We
be
had him on
crazy to
here.
get him on here too. Oh,
No, we
he
had him already.
deserves
We
his
already had him.
own
We spoke
show
to him.
right there.
So what about his book? Would you feel as though his book is better than your book? Because his book is coming out as well. So are you
Well,
guys like in a competition?
no, it's two different type of books. You know, he explores a veracity of different subjects. I'm sticking to one subject. I think, you know, if you're gonna educate yourself, you don't want to get the audience confused on multiple things because a lot of people have short attention spans. You know what I'm saying? You got to make
Mhm.
it quick, you know, precise and incisive. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, you're gonna only talk about the government
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the
the
UAPs and the experience, my
UAPs
personal
and
experiences. Yeah,
UFOs and all that type of stuff.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Where
Well,
he's when he's
he definitely jumped around with his first book. The first book was all over the place.
yeah, you can't. You know, you're gonna confuse everybody. You got to give everybody's. You know, you got to drip. You know, you got to give them in stages. They can't eat the whole steak because then they want to eat the cow. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what? Run that one back.
At least it's not just me. Say that again.
They have to eat the whole cow. You
Yeah,
can't
Oh,
give
niggas
them the
want to.
steak.
Yeah. Cows are cows
so
out there.
like you gotta go down on the fat bitch to get a good steak meal? Is what you saying?
No,
Like
listen, nah, nigga, you heard? I had a fat bitch before, nigga. I had a really nice fat. Yo, I swear to God, I got that bitch pregnant and all that shit. I was like, I can't
Hey
have a
yo,
JT
and she
baby
hey
with
bought
yo,
you
this
a
bitch.
steak?
hey yo. How a 67-year-old get pregnant? What are you talking about, man?
No, nah, chill, son. Nobody know about that. Nobody know about the miracle of
Oh
God.
man, she had frozen eggs in the bank.
Oh shit. Hey yo, so we heard another one of our Patreon account subscribers.
Yeah. Make sure that nigga sends a whole 20, you heard? Make sure. Matter of fact, you know what? The secrets that matter of fact, let me see which book should I pull out first, huh? Let me see. Let's see. What? Oh shit. Let me see what I
What
can
book
do in
is
my
that?
notes. Cause I could go back. You know, I got everything written down, ready to go. I've been waiting for your call. Let's just say.
Oh, you been waiting
So
for the
what you
call
want to know?
for the Patreon accounts to come in?
Oh hell yeah, yo, you know, just be fair with me. That's all I ask. You heard? So we gonna what you want to know? Yeah, but yeah, man, shit is about to get real though. Sooner or later, Trump is gonna make an announcement. So that's what I'm hearing. I hope it's true. You know,
What the
hopefully we get.
extraterrestrial announcement or the announcement that they found all of the artifacts and they're re-engineering shit and they don't know where it's
Well,
from or who it is and what's what. They can't even read
it's all
the
gonna
language.
it's all
They can
gonna
barely
go.
fuck with the technology.
It's all gonna go in unison. First, they're gonna reveal the location of the big UFO they can't move, and they build a building around it. Which Representative Burleson is gonna go over there, and he just got the clearances from Trump to go to all these locations to go look at these off-world planet vehicles and the bodies and everything. So after he's
Mm.
done with his report, that's when Trump is gonna make the announcement.
The off world entities that was on Mars or the moon. Which one?
Well, there's about 4 or 5 different that we know we know about 82 different species, but there's about 4 or 5
110
major
actually.
ones. There's about 4 or 5 major ones,
No,
you
for
know.
it's like 110. It's
No,
actually
but just
in
the
the
way you
military.
said that, all dirty and shit. 110 actually.
Well,
Yeah, no, the reason why it's because it's in the
According to Linda Moulton Howe, they've categorized about
as
82
Linda Moulton
different
Howe. I'm talking
species.
about the military handbooks, and even the handbooks they give out to the NYPD on how to and the fire department on how
Yeah,
to
I saw
deal
that.
with extraterrestrials that crash.
That was last year. Yeah,
So the fire department and the NYPD in the handbook they have a chapter on how to deal
yep,
with extraterrestrials and crashed aircrafts.
yep. That's a fact.
So how did they come up with this procedure?
Well, they have to
they
have a
have experience,
hazmat
huh?
suit. See, you don't, okay,
Huh? They
so
have
what?
to have experience, huh?
Well,
Let's
look,
do with
you
that,
don't want
man.
that.
That's experience. You know how to
You
deal with
don't.
extraterrestrials when they see us crash, huh?
You know what happens when they crash, huh?
You
Okay.
don't.
Go
You
put it in
don't
your
want
manual,
that
huh?
happen in
Why
Barhenia,
don't you grab the call the
Brazil, to
feds
happen
now?
again. You know.
uh,
So here's my other question, right? in your experience, right?
Right.
Do you feel that at this time and stage in your life, with all of the stuff that you've, let's say, uncovered or research you've done, you don't feel like they have some sort of folder or binder on you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I got a chip in my arm. I mean, and they're very mad that I'm not doing anything illegal, or they can't. You know.
So you have a chip in your arm from the time with your guys in PA, right? Your friends that's out PA?
Nah, that happened when I was living over there in Farmers. I'm not in Farmers, in the corner house. Remember when I lived in the corner house? Oh, I think he was locked up for
Corner
that
house.
though. Yeah, so when I lived there, that's when it happened. I woke up one morning with the chip in my arm. Like, I had a bump on my arm, and the first thing I could think about was like, all right, keep fucking with these fat bitches, nigga. and like 3 days later, it went away, and then I had this piece of something in there. So I put a magnet to it. You know, I had X-rays of it. The guy who took the X-rays was like, you know, he was my dentist actually. He took the X-ray with the dental machine to see what he wanted to remove it immediately because he found it so odd. And I was like, nah, leave it there
So
because it's there
I
for a
heard you
reason.
smoke Bushead. You smoke Bushead grabber?
Nigga, what you talking about,
You were
dog?
saying Bushead earlier, so I was just wondering.
What you
It's a
talking
question
about?
that we heard on the
What
Patreon account.
you talking
Oh, you
about,
do got
dog?
the elephant. Okay. Oh, okay.
Don't play with me,
Okay,
son.
there goes the elephant.
I'm a found out here in Brooklyn, you heard?
Oh, you in Brooklyn now?
Yeah, I'm in East New York.
but
I'm in
so,
I'm in the heart. I'm in the heart of Bushead. You heard? You ain't hear how I
Okay,
had
so
that
you
nigga
should.
heart beating? Oh,
Nah, you're supposed to have all the stores then out there.
I do. I got 20.
Oh, you got
Maybe.
20 stores?
Yeah, I've been on my job. This is the shit that they don't talk about.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I've been getting
okay,
boxes for a minute. I set it all up.
okay.
Yeah, I'm a pint. Shit. That nigga JF showed up and all that. Nigga had Despy call me. Word. I left instructions for that nigga not to be let out of any store if he show up.
Wow.
And until I show up, niggas like everybody got me because niggas is tired of paying the prices that he asking for. You know,
What was he asking for?
I don't know. Everybody was angry with his prices, dog. All these Arab niggas was like, yo, he's fucking too expensive. This boss head shit. I don't understand why he go up with the prices and blah 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 blah. And it's like because the
Mm.
company ain't the same no more. You know. I let
Mm-hmm.
them know what it was. I pitched my story, the real story, and everybody was like,
So
"Oh,
have you been to the Ave lately? Have you been to the headquarters lately on the Ave?
nah, man. I just got my vehicle back after 3 months, bro, and it's been a grueling 3 months without no movement. You heard?
Mm.
So my car been down, and I haven't been able to move
You
around.
think that the government did something to your car?
No, I tell you this much: it was the laws of attraction that did that.
Mm.
Yeah, like honestly, I can say that was the laws of attraction. Bro, a sanitation truck trying to do an illegal U-turn crashed into my car, parked.
you got
Yeah, that
paid from
sucks.
it?
I got a little something. I just got my car looking back, brand new. My car looked beautiful. I have a 6 Series, 2016, black on black, murdered the fuck out. Beautiful car. It runs well. That's why they didn't total it out, so I'm happy about that.
They did not
But
total it out?
nah, thank God.
Oh,
They
nice.
wanted to. And I fought that shit. I'm like, I'm not giving up, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna cut that check to the bank. The bank is gonna give me nothing, and I still gotta pay the fuck out of here. Give me my car back. You don't pay for the storage. I go fix it myself. You know? But they settled, but it took a long time. I had to do a deposition because it was just a nightmare, man. It destroyed my life, like real shit. Like it's been 3 months with no movement, you know?
Mm.
So
now, question now, right? So now, how did PR win with the voice box machine stuff? How did they really get? I never really heard about any of that stuff.
yeah,
And you
man.
didn't tell the person that put you onto that whole scenario. Like you didn't.
I put him onto the scenario. That's what the fuck I
So
was
he
beefing
knew.
about. I'm the one that called him, and I'm like, "Yo, check this out." And he put on BT, BT, and he was watching the same shit I was watching. And then I reached out to the
Wow.
company. Yeah, and I had a distribution deal for 52 with the Singh dudes, with the Hindu niggas.
Wow.
Remember that? I had that shit going
Nah,
too.
I
A matter
wasn't.
of fact,
What year was this?
bro, when 50 was about to leave Interscope, I had Ari, PR, Solo, and Mr. Singh and Mo Singh. They used to print up the DVDs and the CDs for a distribution deal. Like they were gonna distribute, and I had all that going, bro. Maybe I was biting more than I could chew, but you know what I mean. I definitely I was getting
So
that going,
basically,
and then they cut me out. PR cut me out of the deal. And then Storm got involved, and then Storm went and signed the contracts for the artist, and he went to jail for it because the artist was like, "We never signed that shit."
So how did that work? So what, like you was downstairs while PR was upstairs? You was like you drove the car there, and
Yeah, I
PR
drove the car
was waiting.
there,
He was waiting,
and I even
and
caught
they
a
made you
ticket
stand
too.
outside.
And yeah, I was waiting outside. I was fucking pissed off. Like I can't believe it. And that's when Maserati Fox showed up. And he was like, "Yo, what's up, kid? What up, my nigga?" And then, I always had good relationships with everybody, And and I was complaining to him, and I'm like, "Yo, they're definitely not gonna do that to me." That's what Fox was saying. And the next day he went over there to the office, and that's when he pistol whipped Ari. And Ari had a camera now, and Ari recorded the whole shit, and he gave it right to the police, and they picked that nigga up immediately. And he was done. And then 2 weeks later, he came out, and right down the block from my
That's
house too,
crazy.
they
And
killed him.
so your man put you onto the shit and let PR jerk you.
Basically,
That's crazy.
what
How you do
happened?
that? That's fucked up.
Because that's PR's nature, nigga. How many boxes of promotional material he done told us to throw away?
Listen, I don't know. That's fucking
What you mean you
crazy.
don't know, nigga? We was outside. We was out there getting rid of boxes of G Unit shit because the campaign was over and them niggas paid for them. We just threw them all out.
So your man sit there and
So
your
that
man
means that Free
basically
and PR were fucking up the budget and billing G Unit, and that's why they fucked the company up, dog. Because they was fucking stealing.
That's crazy. That
And then they
sounds
didn't,
nuts.
yeah, they didn't fucking
That
pay
sounds like
us
a whole
neither,
episode
nigga.
right there itself.
What?
That sounds like a whole episode right there. You gotta come with receipts, man.
Listen, I would believe me, don't believe me. I don't give a fuck.
Ooh,
You want problems, nigga? I go to your house right now. I'll trust you, me. I got hackers too that can find your IP in 10 minutes. Don't play with me.
that's
You
you
know what
gotta
I'm
tell them.
saying? But I'm on some peaceful, trying to get over the universe shit. I'm trying to see if I can start praying.
Nigga said hack that. That's craziness.
So there's a lot of things that you don't know about the story that are missing. That you thought it was one way, but it's really a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because when other people get to narrate your story, they're gonna say the story to their benefit, even if it makes you look bad. Especially if it makes you look bad. Nobody wants to be the tyrant in the story, you know.
Mm.
I mean, I don't care. I like being the bad guy, but I'm a
Tell
good
him you're
guy
the
in the
bad
bad.
guy. You're the bad guy. What happened that day at MTV?
Well, it was when I did the burnout. Because
Yeah. When you did the burnout, and we were there, and you interviewed Rick Ross, you interviewed Ti, and then
right.
Banks was in the truck. Banks was supposed to go upstairs. I was upstairs, so I don't know what happened until I came downstairs. When I came
So
downstairs, all I
so you,
saw was you spinning out and driving off. I was upstairs. It was the TRL. It was
so
what the fuck that dude name? The white boy. I forgot his name. He was doing one of those events.
So what happens is I want to interview Banks because obviously I work for G Unit and I'm part of your team. And if you're going to TRL, can I get a plug and I get a little interview? You know what I'm saying? What's the big deal? You know what I'm saying? That's the reason that I'm working there in the first place, because I'm not making no money. I make more money in my furniture job that I was making there. I was making $70,000 a year back then. I don't need to fucking go do this shit, but I was doing it for my DVD so it can come out. And they told
Mm-hmm.
me under no
Plug your
circumstance,
DVD.
under
You still got old DVDs? Plug them.
now you can see the DVDs on YouTube now. I got them on there on Poly TV, POLY TV. You know, you can see some of the old videos. You know, I'm gonna revamp everything real soon, so I'm working on that. Um, but
Mm-hmm.
what happened was that they told me I couldn't interview Banks, and I'm like, what do you mean I can't interview him? Don't I work for you niggas and I can't interview him? What's good with that? They were like, nah, he's not to be approached and free and PR. Oh, I was like, and I was fucking angry, bro. I was so fucking mad because at that point,
Who stopped you?
free and PR and your cousin. So when Rick Ross came down and he saw me wearing the Mob Deep shirt,
Free and PR wasn't there. You know that, right?
not PR wasn't there, but PR was on the phone. Free was there. Free was driving Banks.
No, my cousin's driving Banks.
So where was Free at? Oh, he was on the phone
Free was
too,
driving
right?
fit. No,
So
I
anyway,
believe, but he wasn't
so I
there.
interviewed Rick
Them two
Ross.
wasn't there.
I interviewed Rick Ross. When I interviewed Rick Ross, he gave me the interview. What I really wanted to do was do some real fucking. I wanted to yap this nigga Banks' fucking chain off his neck, my nigga. That's my words on my crown, bro. Like I wanted to, I had to separate myself as Poly TV, Peter, the fucking furniture guy, and the Latin King nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be like, I'm like 4 different people at the same time. So it's kind of difficult when you
Have
want
you
to switch from
self-diagnosed
person
yet?
to person. You know what I'm saying? And this is a mechanism that I had to do because to survive. You heard?
I heard every time you fucking bitch, you running the train on it.
That nigga's
Yo,
a piece of
I'm
shit. You
done with
know what's
both of
fucking
y'all.
crazy? That nigga tells me, yo, we're gonna run the train on this white bitch. And I'm like, yo, I'm with it, let's go. It turns out it was a bro's baby mom's. I was like, yo, this nigga is wildin', man. I
You was with
felt
us
bad.
the African Day Parade?
Where in
You was with us with the
Flatbush?
African Day Parade?
In Flatbush?
No, in Harlem. Fool, the African Day Parade in Harlem.
I think so. I don't remember, man. There's so much shit.
When we had the Ford Ecoline van, that big ass Ecoline van
I think so. I think so. We had a couple of
with the white
vans, man.
girls. With the
Right.
white girls and the black chick.
Yo, you remember that
Yeah,
nigga
that
General?
was a good one. Mm-hmm.
I bagged one of his bitches, and that nigga, that you remember we pulled up on them niggas and we had just fucking beat their ass that week in fucking promotions, and we were like on top of our game,
Hey yo,
man.
question. So after that, right? So, or even better, right? After that moment, right? Because wasn't that a pivotal moment? Because after that, he wasn't really able to do much things after that, because now your access to the industry kind of like cut off.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna let you know why I really stopped. At the time, your cousin would let me drive the trucks. You know, I was driving niggas around too. And there was these beats that was supposed to be for banks, and they were like $20,000, $30,000 beats, right? And I said to myself, I'm gonna burn these shits. He's never gonna know. I'm gonna just
This already
download.
sounds like a bad story.
Wait, hold on. He's never gonna know.
Yo, I already see Doug's face. Doug's face had
No,
that
but I'm gonna
blank,
fuck your head up. You know why I wanted those
like,
beats
huh?
for? I,
Like, this doesn't
right.
sound good.
No, listen. I wanted those beats.
You started very bad.
Listen, I don't give a fuck. It's over. It happened.
So these
I'm gonna
beats
keep
are
it a
for
buck,
so and
you
so.
know.
It cost such and such, and guess what happened afterwards? Like, well,
I was
I
gonna
guess
give those
this
beats
is
to
what
JF,
happened.
you know. Those
I
beats
don't
were
know.
for
I don't know
Butthead.
nothing.
Wait, keeping it
I
real.
don't know.
Goes
I don't know
wrong.
nothing. Well, keep
Those
it
beats,
real goes wrong.
I was gonna save those beats for when Bus had came home, when JF came home. That's what I really wanted the beats for. And
Listen, man,
that's
I
a
don't know.
fact.
I wasn't around for I wasn't around for after all of that stuff. I was on tour. I did what I did. I mean, I don't know. You guys lived a different
Nah, and
lifestyle.
then
I was
the
on.
thing
I
with
had a different
Hoffa,
schedule.
I just had it, you know. I just fucking had it, bro. I just started watching Ancient Aliens and said, fuck it. Real shit. Like, fuck it.
Yeah,
I'm
because you
done.
started getting really on the conspiracy stuff. Because before you was on the conspiracy stuff, but then you got really into the music thing. You know what I'm
Yeah, and
saying?
then
And then
I
you know.
dove in. I went into the rabbit hole, and I've been crazy ever since.
Mm.
I mean, I got to the bottom of
Yeah,
it.
so I'm just trying to figure out if somebody who's exposing the government that was a former gangbanger that was in the music industry or entertainer or whatever you want to call it, a VJ or a shock jockey. You know what I'm
Wait,
saying? I mean,
okay.
I don't know. He's like a Ralph McDaniels. He had his own shit, so I give him
Yeah.
that much. He had his own shit before
Yo,
people
you
had
like
their own
Hey
shit. So
Mom from In Living Color.
you
I'll
know what I'm
take
saying?
it,
So
whatever. I was trying to make it happen, you know. And then I
Um,
just said, fuck it, and it
you
was I
remember that
dedicated.
skit? Do you remember Hey Mom?
yeah,
Where they were like,
but
he got
Doug,
one.
you
What
got it.
does he do for
You
a
got the
living? He's
same
a
thing too, though.
doctor. What? Him only got one job?
I
But
had
look,
a
Doug is the
backup
same thing
plan
too.
though. I made a
Doug
TV
got some
reality show
videos
in my
from
furniture
2000,
store.
2001 in the ice cream truck. That's classic. That if you release them now, classics.
You know what happened, right?
What's that?
What?
My hard drive ended up getting stolen from a fucking shop, bro.
Wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
20 years of footage,
Like
This
bro.
Hunter Biden?
this is
Bro,
why I
like
tell people you gotta have like 3 or 4. Why I keep telling you you have to get storage. You have to have your own clouds. You have to have your own devices. You have to have your whole hard
this was
drive. You
when
have to have your
COVID
own
happened, dog.
situations.
This when
Your
COVID
own
happened.
servers. That's why we're about to invest into all of that stuff and have our own servers, have our own everything, our own Wi-Fi, everything, our own satellite link. It's just gonna cost a lot. Like I said, I just wanted to let this go like this first before we start investing into it. I just wanted to see how it looks, what to tweak, how to tweak, and what it costs to tweak certain things. And then after that, now I'm gonna go. All right, let's go in now. Now let's go take some money and actually put this shit to make this shit correct. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
I
gonna make
mean,
sense. You know what I'm
I
saying?
still got 1-800 munchies. Remember when I came up with that before all this delivery shit?
I heard you came up with Helipuff.
No. That's Fat Boy. That's G on there, nigga. That fucking
I
rat.
heard the elephant was your idea.
Nah, that was
Oh,
that. No, you know what it was? It was Solo being high and looking at fucking G like look at this fat bastard, and he looked like a yo, he looked like Jabba the Hutt.
Mm.
That's when G was
So you
really
said you look like
fat,
the
like
elephant,
fat
and that's how you got
fuck.
the elephant?
Yeah, he's a fucking rat. You know that? He's a fucking snitch ass nigga. I saw him the other
Who, your
day too.
mans? I thought that was your mans. What happened?
Nah, nigga. That nigga
He's a
right
rat?
there is
What
a
happened?
fucking. He ratted on him, nigga.
Oh, I
Signed
don't
the
know. I don't
statement.
know all these things.
The
That's
sisters fucked
crazy.
him up too. They bust his whole fucking head open. Me, boy. I
Get
got
the fuck
stories for
out of here. When
fucking
did
days.
that happen?
Yo, like
Really?
30 bitches was waiting for the
Wow.
nigga masked up in a shop,
Get out of here.
and they bust that
No
nigga head
way.
right open. They
Wow.
fucked
I
his
don't know.
ass up with a bat and all that. They fucked that nigga up.
Yikes.
Damn. That's crazy.
Word.
No
Listen,
bueno.
So I thought that's crazy.
nigga, I know. And he still be trying to control the pieces behind the scenes. But I be catching his ass too, because I already know his MO.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, so you still active?
Me, I'm
So
a nigga like me you never meet again. They be here in 10. Listen, I got him 6 minutes away.
let's get into the book now. Just end it off with your book. Give a little
A synopsis, the
promote your book.
dramatic
That's it.
appearance, the truth about UFOs is it's gonna be a good ride into simplicity. Being able to explain to people what's really going on, what's the history that's been erased, how we're going to be changing our lives pretty soon when this technology becomes readily available to humanity. The ability to, you won't have any more borders. The ability to go to any place on the planet in 10 minutes is just unbelievable. 10 minutes, you're there. Anywhere. Thailand.
True.
Anywhere you want.
True. So, and that's what your book is about.
My book is about,
when is it coming out?
I'm saying maybe end of the summer.
And how many pages?
I'm maybe 250 or maybe 360.
Did you finish the book, or you're still looking for publishing? You finished and looking for publishing, or is it finished already?
No, you
This is a
scared
real
him off.
fat motherfucker.
This is
The
the
book.
manuscript.
Okay, nice.
Like I'm showing you the book for real. Like this is it. This is a chapter called the secret executive council, the gatekeepers. Who are they? What kind of power do these people possess? Is it the ultimate power? Is it God power? Do they have the ability to kill anyone in a dream and blame it on natural causes? Is this power readily available to these people? It's about what questions you ask. Remember Von Daniken with Chariots of the God? The whole book was a question. He just questioned everything. He wasn't saying no answers, and the old man died a rich man because he just came up with logic.
Eric Van Daniken is still alive. What do you mean?
No, he died like about 3 weeks ago, bro.
I gotta check that.
Oh, listen to me. My presence on Twitter, which is TV Fat Poly 360, on Twitter is you can catch the latest news, the latest updates
Oh
on.
shit, yo, January 10th, 2026.
You go.
What the fuck? When did he die?
Who's that?
Nigga was like
Eric Van Daniken is the
105 years
guy who
old,
started
dog.
Ancient Aliens.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, 1935.
It's a
He was
long
90.
time, dog.
Great.
April 14th, 1935 to January 10th, 2026. He died in Switzerland.
Yeah,
Born in
people.
Switzerland.
Check him out on Twitter at Poly360. Book coming out soon. Thank you for joining us, brother, man. Thank you for watching the Young Podcast. We will catch you next Sunday, people.